Give me my tea. Oh, we are live. Thank God for that. Hello, everybody, and welcome to That's Football, live for the World Cup final watch-along on That's Football. We've finally reached the end, and can I just say a big congratulations to you, me, and everybody involved, because we've actually covered every single game as a watch-along on this World Cup. So whoever wins today, Mbappe, Messi, French, Argentina, we're the real winners because we've done every game as a watch-along, which as a community is actually a lot of work and a lot of effort. So well done to you, me, and everyone else involved. It's been a big effort, so well done, everybody. And of course, it's World Cup final time. This is what we build towards, isn't it? We build towards this World Cup final, and I must say it's been I'm sure throughout the show we'll talk about many areas about the World Cup, what could have been for England, maybe Brazil. Welcome to the Members Club, Lexi. Thank you very much. But I think also from a I'm sat here in a Christmas jumper. I'm sipping on a cup of tea with a drop of something in it. You know, it's a week today. It's Christmas Day. You know, it's a funny old World Cup, and it's been a funny old World Cup. Generally, just has been. But Huey wants Messi to win. I do want to do a little bit of a poll on the day. I know we did it the other day, but who you got? Who you got? Who you want to win this? Who you got? Interested to see what the feelings are today. I can tell you what I think now and not sway the votes. I actually very rarely feel like this. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. A lot on this channel. I'll watch a game and go, I'm just here to watch the football. I'm not really prejudiced in either way. I don't massively mind who wins this, France or Argentina. You've got Varane, who is a Man United player. You've got Martinez, who's a Man United player. So for me, it's like, I know Martinez isn't starting, but he's still going to be very happy if he wins the World Cup. So they cancel each other out. You've got France, who for me I think are the better team, but they've already won it in 2018. You've got Argentina, who've not won it for a while. Messi's never won it. That would be nice. So for every reason I can think, I'd love Argentina to win it, I can think, well, actually, I think France. So I'm quite on the fence with this one. So I'm interested to see what everyone else is. Can I just give a big shout out to Sneak as well? They are sponsoring our World Cup stream. Sneak Energy Drinks. Lovely stuff. I've got my cherry bomb ready. I'm not expecting extra time, but you never know, so it's always good to have a Sneak to hand. What a Sneak. Sneak energy drinks are sugar-free, low-calorie, delivered to your door. You can get a starter pack where you get one of these and 9 different sachets to try from fantastic flavours. Cherry Bomb, Purple Storm, Tropicilla, Blue Raspberry, Origins, Electric Mango. The list goes on and on and on and on, and you can try them as part of your starter pack where you can get 9 different sachets to try. Or you can go straight for your 40 serving tubs, or you do fizzy drinks, lovely flavours, Sneak Energy, low calorie, sugar free as well, delivered to your door. Next day delivery if you're in the UK as well, so check it out. Big shout out to Sneak. But you know what? I think that when I look at this game, it's a hard game to call. I mean, what we would do is, we will do it, and we should do it. We'll go through the team news here. It's going to start coming up on the screen. Stats carousel there, flying around. It's had a good World Cup. But Emi Martinez, they're not playing a back five. There was talk that maybe Lisandro Martinez would come into a back five. Never really understood what the Argentina manager's been doing, but it's worked. Romero and Otamendi at centre-back. I think Lisandro Martinez is one of the best centre-backs in Europe at the moment, and Otamendi isn't, so I don't know why he does that. Maybe it's a height thing, I don't know. But Molina, Romero, Otamendi and Tagliafico are their back four. Di Maria starts, De Paul, Enzo Fernandez and McAllister, and then obviously Messi and Alvarez up front. One thing I would say about the Argentina side, and I think many people would agree with me, they struggle for width. You look at the French side, Mbappe, Dembele, they've got people like Kingsley Coman who can come on as well. They've got width, they've got pace. Argentina have struggled for that all tournament, and I mean, you're putting Di Maria on the ring, it's on the wing, it says everything. Lloris, Koundé, Varane, Upamecano, Hernandez, Tchouaméni, Rabiot, Dembele, Griezmann, Mbappe, Giroud. Very, very straightforward for France. But it's going to be a scrappy game, says Nicky. What are your thoughts, everybody? My honest thoughts are we're in for a cosy Christmas afternoon to watch a game of football, but it's a World Cup final. I feel like we should be watching Arsenal versus Everton at the Emirates the week before Christmas in a cosy environment. Instead, we're watching a World Cup in Qatar. But look, it is what it is, and I think in relation to the game, my thought process is that we will probably see a game where it is quite scrappy. I expect it to be cagey, like PH. I think it will be quite scrappy. Look, you can never say that Argentina won't be 2 or 3-0 up at half time, or France will be 2 or 3-0 up at half time, but I'd be surprised by that. I think the logical conclusion prediction is to say this game is going to be, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1. It's going to be. I can't see a situation where one team gets 2 goals ahead, and the reason for that is very simple. We've seen it with France. We have seen it with France, and we've seen it with Argentina as well. They're not really the sort of teams that get a goal and then try and get a second and third goal. I think they're both teams that get a goal and then look to counter, and therefore the quality of the opposition. If France score first, Argentina are more than capable of laying siege to the French goal and getting back, and other way around, of course. I'd like to see France score early and then go for the second, but I just don't. It's a World Cup final. It's a World Cup final, by the way. Breaking, it's all sports news. It's a World Cup final here. It is a World Cup final, and therefore, it's probably one of the games in football where you can just go, if we get the goal, defend your life. Don't do anything stupid. Yeah. So yeah, I think it will be quite tight. And I can't really, as a prediction, it's probably one of the hardest games I've had to predict for quite a while. It's probably a hard game for you as well. I think France are the better side, and I think Argentina's defence is worse than France. I think France's defence is better, but Messi's there. I think France. I think France 2-0 is what I think. I think they're the better team, so I'm going to go France. But hopefully the referee isn't in love with Messi and ruins the game to stay out of it, says Brian. Well, I'm wired up for that one. I am wired up for that one. I'm very wired up for that. Like, what impact is the referee going to have in this? Are we living through a Messi World Cup where everyone's just wants Messi to win the World Cup, or are we going to get a game of football? The referee in the England-France game wasn't brilliant. We've seen a few other games where the referee's not been brilliant. Really important that the referee is good in this game. Alvin Block says, let's go Argentina. Referee is Simon Markianek, who I would imagine is from Stoke. No, he's not. He's Polish. So it's a Polish referee. He refereed the 2018 UEFA Super Cup final and has been in Poland. Obviously, he's going to be doing the World Cup final as well. So, look, we want a good pedigree referee in a game like this. That's what we want. And hopefully that is what we're going to get, because that's what it's all about. Right. There was something I was going to say. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me about England. I've done a video on England. I put a tweet out today as well, and this is all I'm going to say. Gareth Southgate's been extended to stay as the England manager until the Euros. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The FA throughout my life have always been incompetent, and only the FA would reward somebody who failed, and he failed. I don't care what anybody said, he failed. To go from the final of the Euros to the quarterfinals of the World Cup, to be playing against the team that was basically parking the bus at 2-1, to make the subs that he made, he failed. He failed. He proved that he's not good enough, and ultimately the FA have rewarded that failure because because at the end of the day, it's a happy ship. They might be heading towards the iceberg, but everyone's happy and singing and gets on really well. And all Southgate's done is, basically the FA have said to the players, who do you want to stay as England manager? And they've obviously said Southgate, but it's like asking turkeys to vote to cancel Christmas. Of course they're going to do it. And I'm not saying that certain England players are turkeys, but I guarantee you someone like Tomori's waking up this morning going, well, that's not me playing for England for the next 2 years, isn't he? And also it gives people such as, maybe people who need to be moved on. Maybe we need to revolutionise our centre-back pairing now. Well, we're not going to. It's the same old till 18 months' time. It's Maguire and Stones. Doesn't matter how good you are as a centre-back. Guehi at Palace, Ben White at Arsenal, Tomori at AC Milan. Next 2 years, forget about it. Forget about it. You're not playing for England because he's going to stick with Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. Forget about it. You know, your England career for the next 2 years is on at a standstill. The handbrake is on because he ain't changing it. But look, we're not in the final. France are in the final, and Argentina are in the final, and that's what we're here to watch. I think my stance is let's enjoy the World Cup final. Carabao Cup is back on Tuesday actually, but for my team, Man United, on Wednesday. Premier League is back a week tomorrow, and I will forget this World Cup very, very quickly. And that's not because the World Cup's been bad, by the way. That's because of what FIFA did. FIFA shoehorned a World Cup right in the middle of a season so that we were playing Premier League games a week before the World Cup started, and we're playing Premier League games a week after the World Cup ends. There's no time to take stock. There's no time to get excited before it, and there's no time to reflect on it afterwards. It's just going to be blink and you miss it. So I think 15 minutes out from the start of this World Cup final, it is important to talk about the World Cup in general, the positives and the negatives. And I want to take some of yours in the chat, so please do get your thoughts in. In relation to who people want to win, 54% want Argentina, 46% want France. It's close. It's close. As I've said, for me, I'm quite on the fence about this one. I don't really mind. DJ says I'll remember the watch-alongs for the rest of my life. But might start to feel a bit Christmassy with the World Cup out of the way. Yeah. Takeaways for me, positives, Messi going to a World Cup final. I think that's a positive. He's one of the greatest players that's ever played the game. So Messi in a World Cup final is a positive. I also think that at times we've had some real glimpses of good football. I think France at times have been good. Brazil at times were good. Logan, thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate that, pal. Thank you. And I'm trying to think of anybody else that's really caught my eye at times. There's been a few disappointments. Mexico disappointed me. Denmark disappointed me. Uruguay disappointed me. I think Canada and USA, if they'd had a striker, they could have been, doing what Morocco did. Ultimately, my biggest disappointment of the tournament is not England going out, by the way. I'm old enough now to just enjoy watching football. Obviously, I'm English, I support England, Manchester United fan, but I spend a lot of time on this channel. I'll watch a Champions League final, I'll watch a Champions League quarter final without United in it, and I just enjoy the football. So, from a purely footballing point of view, little bit disappointed. Well, actually, my biggest disappointment of this tournament is Brazil. I really do think that it's almost like, talking of Christmas, it's like expecting a PS5 and getting a PS4. It's not that the PS4 doesn't work, it's not that you can't play games on the PS4, but it ain't the same game. And I feel like when Brazil got knocked out, that to me took a lot out of the World Cup. Even if England had been knocked out by France, which they were, I still think if Brazil had gone through, it would have maintained an excitement around this World Cup that it lost the day Brazil went out. And Croatia deserved to win on penalties, of course they did. Football is football, and that's the magic of it. We saw Morocco in a World Cup semi-final. But the World Cup semi-finals were disappointing. They were really disappointing. It was easy for France and it was easy for Argentina. And I just think that if Brazil had won that penalty shootout, or not conceded right at the end to send it into a penalty shootout, then I think we would have been in a great position to see what for me would have been the game of the tournament, Brazil-Argentina in a semi-final. And then we may have got Argentina-France in the final, but we probably would have got Brazil-France in the final, which I was thinking about this before. So, I've had a dress rehearsal on this. I'm like, I want to talk about the World Cup a little bit before this game in general. And my biggest disappointment from the World Cup was Brazil not going through, because I think they were the best team. I think they were the best team. They had the best balance. Alisson's world class. Casemiro for me was one of the players of the tournament. You've got good defenders, loads of attacking talent, and I just think they went out because when they just didn't do enough to get past Croatia, but they should have done. And I think that would have been their dip. And everyone's got to go through a dip. Netherlands, Argentina. That was Argentina. Well, Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia as well. So you've got to go through. Doesn't matter how good you are. You've got to go through a bit of a dip at times. And Argentina just didn't manage to. Sorry, Brazil. I just think they should be. They were probably the best team in the tournament, and they would have played like the best team in the tournament. But it's gone, and that's my biggest disappointment, was that Brazil went out. Merry Christmas from David and Sam. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you very much for the super chat. David says Brazil's not the only team in the World Cup. No, it isn't, David. But if you actually opened your ears and stopped being a cynic, I was saying what my biggest disappointment about this World Cup is, and my biggest disappointment was Brazil going out, because I think we were robbed of some genuine excitement in this tournament because of that. Brazil, Argentina semi-final would have been, I don't think people realise what that game would have been. It's a derby in international football, and they had loads of fans here. But it is what it is. Zane says, disgraceful Saliba is not starting. That's the problem when you have the French Southgate managing it. If Brazil had Jesus and Martinelli starting, they would have gone to the final. Australia were a big surprise, yes. Winston says, that's a dumb take. If Brazil better, they would have won. We've got those lot in the chat, haven't we? The ones that don't think or listen, just want to type their shit. What are you talking about? It's a dumb take. How can it be a dumb take when I said my biggest disappointment was Brazil going out? It's not nothing to do with whether they should have beat Croatia or not. My biggest disappointment at this World Cup was losing Brazil in the quarterfinals. That's not a dumb take. It's an opinion. You're meant to be typing yours, not talking about whether Brazil deserved to go out or not. I said Croatia deserved to win the game on penalties. They did the business. But my biggest disappointment about this World Cup is Brazil going out. So, that's it. Active listening is a skill, says the racing guy. It really is. Why is England not going out? You're just big and disappointed. Because I expected England to go out. And I'll put my hands up and look, when you're watching, if you're a Liverpool fan and you're watching Liverpool, do you get lost in the emotion or do you analyse everything? I obviously got lost in the emotion, and I lost my internet when Harry Kane missed that penalty. So I watched the England game back last week, and it wasn't a disappointment for England to go out because we deserved to go out. We missed the penalty that would have got us back into the game, but we didn't really do enough to win the game. We played better, but France kept scoring and then just defending. Southgate made ridiculously bad substitutes. I mean, I still to this day will never understand why he's in a job when he brings Mason Mount and Raheem Sterling on, and we need, we're a goal down. Raheem Sterling has been crap this season, and Marcus Rashford scored you 3 goals, and with 10 minutes to go in a World Cup quarter-final, you bring Raheem Sterling on instead of Marcus Rashford. And we've kept this guy. Like, we've kept a nepotism manager who picks his favourites. And we're all meant to be excited by that. I mean, I expected England to lose, let's just put it that way. And lo and behold, they did. Admittedly, they didn't do it in the fashion I thought they would, but they did lose. Farah says, recency bias. Don't know what you're talking about, mates. We've not been talking about the past. Brazil had a higher XG against Croatia than Argentina. Very unlucky. They weren't unlucky. They just didn't. They just didn't get the job done. Mark's lack of football knowledge has been exposed again, says Mario. Thank you very much for the super chat, pal. Appreciate it. And don't forget, we're sponsored by Sneak. I'm going to have a sip now. Cherry Bomb, delivered to your door. Please use the code SneakBridge, helps the channel out. But sugar-free, low-calorie energy drinks, loads of lovely flavours to try. You can get a starter pack where you get one of these in 9 different sachets, or you can go straight for your 40-serving tubs. You can now get breakfast orange as well, which, if you've ever been on holiday and had the orange juice at hotels that tastes nothing like the orange juice at home, this tastes like that. It's really, really nice. But please use the code SneakBridge, links in the description, or you can scan the QR code next to me. We're getting close to this final. It's 9 minutes away. NRG. Portugal versus France and Argentina versus Brazil would have been fantastic, but just not to be. Yeah, I mean, give me some Sneak. Says Logan, thank you very much for the super chat. Yeah, I look, there's a lot of people who really enjoyed the fact that Croatia knocked Brazil out and Morocco knocked Portugal out. There was a lot of people who really liked that. For me, I think there's a limit to the underdog for my enjoyment. For me, Morocco knocking out Spain was that's enough. I don't need you to do the same thing against Portugal and then make the semi-final a bit boring. And the same for Croatia. I don't think Croatia were anywhere near as good as they were in 2018. So I didn't really need you to beat Brazil as an underdog again, because you just got found out by Argentina. When it gets to the semi-finals, I want 4 teams that can win the tournament. And I think within these semi-finals, there was 2 teams that could win the tournament and 2 teams that were going to play the 3rd and 4th game. And that's exactly what happened. Croatia were a good side, but they were the underdog because they don't have a striker. And I fancied Argentina to win that comfortably, and they did. Croatia had way more possession. Morocco had a lot of possession against France, but they couldn't do anything with it. I think it's going to be very interesting in this final, because it's what you do with that possession that's going to count today. Both these teams have shown that you can give possession up and still win the game on the counter, or on a strong defence. And we saw that in the semi-finals. Certainly Croatia had way more possession than Argentina, and I think at times Morocco had more than France. George says there's been a lot of boring matches in the World Cup. Best final would have been Portugal-Argentina or Brazil-France. I think Argentina-France is a good final, but yeah, I understand what you mean. But you know what? Let's see what this brings. Could it have been England in the final? Yes, I think England would have beat Morocco. So yeah, they would have done. But can I just say, I think Senegal would have been in the final if they'd beaten France and England as well. How far do you want to? We're not exclusive for this would have happened. So. Mr. Negative when things don't go your way. I don't know what you're talking about, Salai. I really don't. Keep the super chats coming in, but it's almost like people are watching a different video. I don't know what you're talking about, things going my way. And Mark, who's more boring to watch, England or Avatar Way of the Water? I've not seen Avatar Way of the Water, Zane. I'm not massively into Avatar. I mean, I watched it and everyone's like, oh, what an amazing film it was when it came out about 40 years ago. And... I'm not massively rushing to the cinema to see that one, to be honest. Anyway, Zane's here, says Alan. He's in the house. Messi gets crowned the GOAT today, says Emmanuel. Well, 55% of you want Argentina to win, and 45% of you want France to win. Is it 3.5 hours long? Well, it will be boring then, Justin. Anything that's 3.5 hours long is going to get you a bit tired and bored, I would argue, but... if you're off to enjoy it later on today, enjoy it. Okay, look, it's a World Cup final. Whatever you think about the tournament, whatever you think about the game, whatever you think about international football, you can't ignore the fact that the World Cup final is a massive event. And look, for somebody who's my age, I've probably only seen I'm trying to think how many World Cup finals I've watched. 2, 6, 10... 14, 18. This is only my 9th World Cup final. So, you don't get many of these, is what I'm trying to say. So, hopefully we get a good one. Why do some teams wear anthem jackets during walkouts and others don't, says Jack? I don't know, but I like that French one. Thank you very much for the super chat, Jack. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. If you don't know what That's Football is, it's a channel for everybody. We've done every single World Cup for the Watchalong, but... we also do, mainly what we do is our watch-alongs are for Champions League, Premier League, football chats, Premier League predictions, previews, all that. So everyone's welcome on here. Doesn't matter who you support. Get involved with the channel. Subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. It's free to do that. I have got the timer ready. There's somebody singing in blue. Don't know what she's singing about, but she's going deep. She's definitely going deep. I nearly said something about deep and throat there, which would have been completely, read the wrong way. But she was definitely going like that. And again, that looks like the wrong thing, but this is a microphone. That's definitely a microphone, and she's singing deep. That's what we're talking about. What a voice, says Alerta. Thanks for rescuing me there. You want the best teams in the latter stages, you might as well have been for the Super League then, Mark, says Brian. This is that whole thing again, isn't it? When I said that the Dutch, when they won the round of 16 game and they're all dancing, I said I think it's a joke. Somebody said, "Oh, I don't know how you can say that about somebody who's recovered from cancer." Did I mention the word cancer? And then we've had someone in the chat there that because I don't want to see underdogs in the semi-final of this World Cup, that means I'm pro Super League. This is the world we live in. I find it hilarious how you can say one thing and then somebody else will turn it into you've said something else. And yet there's videos of me reacting to the Super League saying it's a disgrace. Are you going to do it any EFL Cup games, says Lee? Don't normally do it at EFL, although I must admit I was out on Friday night in the old Masons in Solihull, and they had Birmingham Reading on, and it was a good watch, good watch. It's the same thing. That's the point. No, it's not the same thing. Not wanting Morocco and Croatia to get to a World Cup semi-final and preferring Brazil and Portugal to get there is not the same as wanting a Super League. On no level. They're not the same thing. It's like driving to Swindon and going for a crap in the morning. There is no correlation. Having a crap in the morning has got nothing to do with driving to Swindon. You're stretching. You're really stretching. And you need to put some Lynx Africa on because you stink with your stretching. Cover up your armpits and stop stretching. It's not the same thing because, a giant killing's a nice thing, but I would have rather have seen Brazil-Argentina in the semi-final because it's a derby with lots of tradition and I've never seen it in a World Cup before. So actually that's me wanting to see something I've not seen before, two of the best footballing nations in the world playing against each other for a place in a World Cup final. How's that wanting a Super League? It's not like we see Brazil, Argentina play each other in the World Cup semi-final every World Cup. I don't think it's ever happened. So, it's got nothing to do with that. Let's move on anyway. We are about ready to start this game. I've got the timer ready. Are you excited? I've got nearly 10,000 watching. Thanks everyone for watching. Smash a like. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and share the video. We are ready to go. I don't mind who wins this. Is this your new studio? Green screen gone forever, says Aaron. No. I mean, I've literally been using this setup for a week because I've moved into a different room. And I just haven't had time to set the green screen up yet. Your coverage has been so much better than the presentation in the US, says the HBM. Well, I appreciate that. And your company throughout this has been very enjoyable. So big shout out to all of you who've watched the watch-alongs. We are about ready to go here. We've got the timer ready to go. The cameras are on Messi. Look, I just hope we get a good game. I hope we get a good game here. Deschamps will be pragmatic, but when they're level, France are normally a good side. When they go ahead, they become quite pragmatic. Personally, I would like to see an early goal. I think if we want a good cup final, we need an early goal. Chances of that happening, don't know. We've had a lot of 0-0s in this tournament. We don't want 0-0 for ages. I mean, one of the worst World Cup finals I've ever seen, and that's your kick-off there. One of the worst World Cup finals I've ever seen was my first World Cup final I remember watching, which was Argentina, funnily enough, against West Germany in the Italia 90 World Cup final. And it was won by an 80-something minute penalty. And we don't want that. Benzema's not on the bench, no. Mark, would you take Sarri as England manager, says Joel? Sarri, I'd take James Corden as England manager at the moment. I mean, I really just can't believe that we've kept Southgate, but, there we go. First World Cup for Glow. How are there empty seats? Well, I don't know. I think that would be people corporate probably having a pie and chips or something because this will be a sellout here. Although it's not hard to get World Cup final tickets. It's not been hard. It's not been hard at all. Usto would like a shootout penalty. Argentina fans are crazy. Love them, says Roman. There'll be a lot more Argentina fans here as well. There'll be a lot of Messi fans. That's something that's not been spoken about really. This could be more of a home game for Argentina really, couldn't it? I think there's a lot more Argentina fans. They've been one of the best supported clubs, nations in the tournament already. So, but as I say, I think France are a better footballing side than Argentina. But Argentina, it's the game of their lives, isn't it? There's a foul off the ball here, and on Rabiot by Di Maria. No, by De Paul. Thoughts on the World Cup being in December? Says MGL TV. Well, I'll run a poll. Would you have another Winter World Cup? Yes or no? And that's what it's all about. It's all about opinions. So yes or no, would you like another Winter World Cup? Bad first touch by Dembele there. There's Messi on the ball for the first time, and it's a decent pass. Di Maria whips it in. Headed away, but edge of the box. Into Messi. Little dinky header. And keeper does well. Ty says, short answer no, long answer hell no. Yeah, look, we don't need to talk about FIFA, Qatar, Winter World Cups anymore. It's over after today. I mean, I think we can all, even the most negative person about this World Cup must be happy today because it's over after today. Di Maria in tears would be a nice early Christmas gift, says Joshua. Yeah, well, this is the thing. As a Manchester United fan, for all that it would be nice if Messi won the World Cup, there is an absolute shithouse playing for Argentina that United fans can't stand, and that's Di Maria. So there is, for everyone, every reason you want to be positive about Argentina winning it, there is always you can always find a reason for wanting France. So that's why for me, I'm a little bit sort of, I don't really mind who wins it as long as the right team wins it. I don't want to see an injustice. I don't want France to win on a dodgy penalty as much as I don't want Argentina to do it. So as long as whoever wins it, which they will, deserves it, I'll be happy with that. 2030 World Cup will be in winter if the Saudis get it, says Dane Grayson. Well, it's a very, very 50-50 start here. Hard to settle for both teams. Cancelling each other out, I suppose, but not a surprise. And Argentina have actually started off a little bit better here. Ref's going to be part of the Messi fan club, says Manchester United 84. Yeah, we need a really goal. We need a goal first, Rixa. We need a fast goal, Rixa. Yeah, and it doesn't matter who gets it. It's not like with like a Morocco, if they score first like they did against Portugal, they're going to quite rightly defend what they've got. I don't think either of these teams are. It doesn't matter who scores first in this. I don't think it makes the game any different. Good shot from distance, straight at Lloris. Mark, if Bayern were to sell Upamecano, for how much would you take him at United, says Juan? I wouldn't take Upamecano at United, to be honest. I'd have took him a couple of years ago, but I wouldn't take him anymore. I think there's better options out there. I'm not saying he's bad, but Chiri says that the ref looks like a jacked version of Kalina. Let's hope he's performs like Kalina, because he was a very good referee. Richard says that the FIFA president said that this has been the best World Cup ever, so there's definitely another Winter World Cup coming. He's also rethinking the 2018 World Cup because the groups were so good. What an absolute twat. Best World Cup ever. When was he born? He must have been in Pampers 3 years ago. It's not even the best World Cup in the last 4 years. Then again, it probably is the best World Cup you've ever seen when you're earning the money he's probably earned. Now that there's a World Cup in December, there'll be another, says James. Don't know if you said it, but what's your predictions, mate? Oh, user, thanks for your super chat. My prediction was 2-0 France. If I have to go for a scoreline, 2-0 France. But look, I don't think France are favourites. I think it could go. It could easily go penalties, extra time, couldn't it? It could easily be Argentina who win it 2-0. I feel Argentina have started off the better team here, and we've only had 6 minutes, but I feel like they've got going a little bit more. France probably playing a little bit pragmatic here. Very high intensity from Argentina, and France probably just feeling their way in a bit here. There's been a marked change in France's approach since they've got to the quarterfinals as well. I don't care who wins this, as long as never have to hear Lee Dixon creaming himself over Messi again. Oh, it's like he's got a third telescope leg, says Nicholas. Nice ball by Messi here. Koundé's got to get there, doesn't. But they have got the recovery pace. Not loads of pace in that Argentinian side. I think you've got Alvarez and whatever Messi and Di Maria have got left. But other than that, they're not really, pacey. Certainly haven't got an Mbappe or a Dembele. Cross the edge of the box. Waits for the overlap, goes for the shot. Deflection, corner. Argentina starting off the better team here, definitely. Fenix says it's a great start for Argentina. Al says, why are France so sloppy? I felt that the way... Look, I've said this so many times and bored of it myself, but I would never normally want France to do well. I don't normally like France, but I thought in the group stage they played some of the best football with Brazil. And then as soon as they hit the knockouts, they became the pragmatic team that I always think they are under Deschamps. Very good tournament manager, but sometimes very frustrating to watch. And they came into the knockouts, and even against Poland, they were just a little bit negative. Foul on Lloris there. And obviously we saw them against England. They score the goal, they go super defensive. Saw it against Morocco. They score the goal. They go super defensive. Lloris has just gone down injured here. If anything, the referee seems to be wanting to let things go in this final. Romero into the stomach of his teammate Lloris there. We stayed down here, Lloris. If this match goes to penalties, which team do you give an edge, says Narish? Probably Argentina, because they played a penalty shootout. France have gone all the way to the final and not had to play a penalty shootout, which is odd, really. You normally do. Tell you what, I think that might have hurt Lloris. Elbow right in the midriff. Mark, who was a better dribbler in the peak? Fat Brazilian Ronaldo or Messi? Do you remember Brazil Ronaldo's goal against United at Old Trafford to say, nah, Messi's a better dribbler than R9. There's no doubt about that, but you probably just come up with the one comparison that works. Messi's the best dribbler of the game I've seen apart from Maradona. Yeah, Ronaldo, R9 was brilliant at it. But Messi's a better dribbler. Yeah, I mean that's Messi's thing, isn't it? Dribbling. That's what he is. If he's one of the greatest players in the world that's ever played the game, everyone's got an attribute, and the attribute of Messi is dribbling. So yeah. But Ronaldo was R9 was a very, very good dribbler. Very, very good. I mean, for me, he's probably the most complete number 9 I've ever seen. R9, because he was good in the air, good shot, quick, can dribble, can hold the ball. Yeah, it's a shame he again, and it's a little bit like Van Basten again. You know, a player that had a very, very good career and no doubt is one of the best strikers that's played the game, but also got hindered by injury. It's a shame. What R9 would be worth in the modern game? Millions and millions and millions. But we've had 11 minutes here. Obviously, a little bit of that was Lloris getting injured, but it's certainly Argentina at the moment. And I don't know, France just playing within themselves again. We've seen this against England and Morocco. They've just seemed to have turned a switch, really. And Argentina have started off very well, and France are just very tentative. Thoughts on the game so far, everyone? Moha says Argentina are going to win. And J17 Legacy says Argentina need a goal now because they won't be able to play this for 90 minutes. I think you're right. I think Argentina have started off with the intent to go at France in the first 20 minutes. And maybe France have started off with a little bit more pragmatism. Favourite Radiohead song, Mark, says Martin. Let Down. Love it. Here anyway, here's France. Dembele, nice little ball out wide. Hernandez has got a lot of space. Should have put the cross in. Giroud was there. Should have put the cross in there. Mbappe, nice ball back. Rabiot, and keeper's out quick. Thanks for the super chat, Abraham. He says, Mark, if Messi wins the World Cup, will the Messi and Ronaldo debate be over? No, I think the whole Messi and Ronaldo debate will never be over. Look, I'm a Ronaldo fan, but I'm a Ronaldo and Messi fan. I mean, we're privileged to have had two players play at the same time. The debate is over at the moment because Ronaldo is nowhere near the player he was, and Messi is still able to do it. Now, is that down to age? You look at Ronaldo at 35 and a half, and he was still doing the business. Messi is not just about to be 38; he's still 35. So. The debate is over for now and probably forever because Messi is just better than Ronaldo now. The Messi-Ronaldo debate in their prime, I think, will always rage on. It's you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the whole Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes debate. That never stops even now. So I don't think the Messi and the Messi Ronaldo. I mean, the Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes debate is a wish version of Messi Ronaldo. So Messi Ronaldo is never gonna stop. But it just depends what you're talking about. Are you talking about prime Messi Ronaldo, or are you talking about now Messi Ronaldo? If you're talking about now Messi Ronaldo, then Messi's won the debate. If you're talking about in their prime, well, that debate's been raging for what feels like ever, and that will never stop. But right now, Messi's the better player. Anyone knows that. Ronaldo's had a stinker since May, and that could be because he's about to be 38 and. You know, his game has just fell apart because of age, which even he would admit was going to happen at some point. I want to sell my monetized channel. Anybody want to buy, please message me on WhatsApp, says NP6 Gaming. Love from India. Okay. But it's been a good start here by Argentina and a pragmatic start by France. Player of the tournament. Ooh. It depends what your cut-off is. To be player of the tournament, do you have to get to a certain round? Because I personally think that, you know, there's a few player of the tournaments on this pitch. I think Raphael Varane for France has been flawless. I think Griezmann has been fantastic as well. I mean, you're going to throw Mbappe in there, of course. And then for Argentina, you're going to put Messi in there. It's hard to put any other Argentinian players in there because there's been a lot of change and they've just played well as a team rather than individually. But a good interception here could be a chance for Messi. Gets it wide, cross comes back. Oh, Di Maria for someone called Nasser for the ball back. But it was France trying to play out from the back. Hernandez with the mistake. Messi plays the right ball. Wants the cut back. It's just ahead of him. And then Di Maria. Yeah, shit, that is. The snake. But, you know, player of the tournament for me, if you think about it, if you get to the quarterfinals, you play 5 games. If you get to the final, you play 7. I think Casemiro for Brazil was superb. It's not his fault they went out. I thought Casemiro was brilliant. I think that there's a few, you know, Modric was brilliant as well. Vardiel was very good. Yeah, there's been a few. Amrabat, yeah. I thought Ziyech played quite well. De Bruyne? No. France on their first real attack here, and it's gone for a throw-in. Griezmann's had a very good tournament. I wouldn't be in a rush to sign him. It will, you know, like Warrior's right. It will go to Messi or Mbappe, and in a way, that's just the modern world of football, isn't it? It's not right. I don't think that's got to be a yellow card this time. Surely he's gonna give a yellow card, is he? No. This ref don't want to give out yellow cards. Mark, I'm starting an F1 YouTube channel. Do you have advice? Says VSOP. Just be you. Do your own voice. Be yourself, mate. Have you watched Avatar 2, Mark? Says Spencer. No, I'm not really in a massive rush. The goalie Bono was good. He was, Brian. He's very good. Big shout out to Sneak for sponsoring the World Cup final stream, by the way. Sugar-free, lower-calorie energy drinks. You can get yours delivered to your door next day if you're in the UK, but we do ship them worldwide. 9 flavours in your starter pack. You get one of these and 9 flavours. Please use the code SNEAKBRIDGE. Links in the description. Or you can scan the QR code and check out some of the lovely flavours. Ooh! Oh, he's giving a free kick from the cross. Frizzy says Maguire was good. It can't be. The same people who think Maguire should be up for player of the tournament, the same people that want Southgate to stay. Fucking standards are terrible. You know what? On your house, you must open up socks next week and say, they're the best presents I've ever had. Fucking socks. Grey ones as well. Get in. Grey pair of socks as my main Christmas present. Have it. That's the sort of person who thinks Maguire should be player of the tournament or Southgate should get a new contract. Fucking hell, get your standards up. How's Maguire in player of the tournament? I've just told you 2 centre-backs that were miles better than him, Varane and Vardiel. And there are others. Of course, I must just add a disclaimer. Some people won't even get socks this Christmas. They won't, you know, they won't. So, you know, if you do get socks, appreciate them. There's nothing wrong with socks, but as long as they're not off the market, you know, I got some before. Bloody socks off the market with like Ralph Lauren on. They're Ralph Lauren socks, and you open them up, and then it looks like a bloody Lego man riding a sheep. It's not Ralph Lauren. And the socks, I wouldn't even mind that if the socks were comfortable, but you put the socks on for the first time, and you're you know, as you pull them up, your heel goes through them. I like good socks. Nothing beats them, but shit ones. Di Maria. Good bit of skill by Di Maria. Into the box. Takes a tumble. He's giving it. Giving a penalty. Now. He's giving a penalty. Now, many of you were worried. Many of you were worried that this might be the sort of thing that happens in this tournament. Let me watch. I think he wants it. No, he does catch him. He does catch him. He does catch him. He does catch him. I think a player of the tournament is Livakovic. Croatia says Narish. 48% of you would like to see another World Cup. after 14,000 votes. It just shows you there should be another Winter World Cup. There should be one, because 50% of you would like to see another one. I mean, who's voting for that? But that's democracy. You can't... Brexit is Brexit. We all had to accept it. Penalty. Did I think it was a penalty? He does clip him. If that happens to Harry Kane, we're all going mad. Messi... How many goals has Messi got if he scores? Because I did tip him for Golden Boot. We wanted an early goal anyway. We wanted an early goal. I think it was a penalty from what I've seen. He clips him and it's stupid by Dembele. Messi makes it 1-0. Argentina take the lead in the World Cup with a goal by Lionel Messi. People are saying it's fixed and it's rigged. But it's 1-0. And he's got 6 goals in this World Cup, which means he's now the Golden Boot winner. Who predicted Messi to win the Golden Boot before the tournament? Go back to that video and clip it. It's going viral tonight. Messi is Golden Boot winner at the moment. Lovely penalty. Just sent the keeper the wrong way. Tapped it in. And to be fair, if Lloris went the right way, he probably saves that. But Messi's done him with the eyes, hasn't he? He's waited. And lovely penalty. JP, thanks for the super chat there. 50-50 on the penalty at the moment. 50-50 on the penalty. I think it's a soft penalty. No doubt it's soft, but Dembele clips him for me. How many penalties has Messi scored in this tournament? Is it 3 or 4? Now France have got to come out and play. Yeah, look, we wanted an early goal. I don't think it really matters who gets the early goal as well. Game needed that. Now France has to be aggressive, says Daryl Street. Yeah, Argentina have got what they wanted in these first 20 minutes. They started off aggressively and they've got the goal. Blatant dive, it's rigged. And the HPN says, the way Argentina dives has made me hate them and want France to win. Argentina have started off the better side. No doubt about that. I think for the good of the game, it's great. We needed an early goal, and we've got one. The debate's still raging on in the chat about whether it was a penalty or not. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner to do it. Get involved with That's Football. Do lots of watch-alongs on here, and it's raging in the chat at the moment. I can see the word rigged. My feeling is he definitely clips him, so, you know. I mean, it's nowhere near as bad as the penalty that they got for the Chesney thing. I mean, that's one of the worst penalties I've ever seen in any World Cup. He's got 6 goals and 5 penalties in this World Cup. Fucking hell, that's a lot. I mean, that is a lot of penalties to have in one World Cup. 5? Deserved penalty. It's not rigged. Messi just the GOAT, says LOL. And are penalties too much a part of the game these days, says Patrick. It's not like the rules have changed. It's not like the penalty box is, you know, if there's a foul in the opposition's half, it's a penalty. That penalty box is the place, isn't it? And, you know, Dembele is getting rinsed by Di Maria at the moment. Experience is there. Ref needs to start getting his yellow cards out, really. I think he's letting too much go. Which sounds odd for me, but I think he's letting too much go. I think Argentina know that they can foul outside the box and they're not going to get booked. If that foul was on our team that we'd support, we'd say it's a penalty. Dembele clearly clipped him from the back, so it's a pen, soft or not. I agree with you, Robel. I do. I mean, that's why I haven't reacted badly to it, because, you know, I waited to see it, and then I think it is a penalty. So, it might be soft, whatever you think, but I think it is a penalty. Di Maria is the biggest diving snake in the game, says Erkan. Golden Boot should exclude penalties. Refs need to be better, says Brian. Oh, Harry Kane won it last time, didn't he, because of penalties? Oh my God. Have you seen Fernandes go down there? Enzo Fernandes. clutching this side of his face when he gets connected on the back of his shoulder. Disgusting. Ref needs to get control. He's losing control. Ref's losing this game. Ow! Fuck off, you bastard! Oh, God. Right on the bastard bloody bone wanker. Get control. Ref, that's a red. That's a red. Get control. Fucking. Oh, right on the corner. Breathe. I just moved forward, and as my knee went forward, went right on the corner of this cupboard. Oh, I'm out for the Carabao Cup. Extended holiday. Yeah, the referee needs to get control a little bit here. Does need to get control a bit. But an early goal's a good thing. Defo a knee bump, says Juan. I don't know what I hit it. Hey, I hit it full on the knee. Doesn't normally hurt that, but it bloody did that time. There is a way back for France. There'll always be a way back in a game like this, but it's going Argentina's way at the moment, and I would say that deservedly as well. I can't really deny that. Oh no, it's like Mandzukic getting sent off again, says Nash the second. Officiating is disgusting. It's a pen on mark for me, says Chich. Cross comes in. I mean, the big issue is if they get a second one. Did you have a good 50th, says Marcus? Hilarious. France need to up the game here. A lot of people, 53% of you said it was a penalty, but 47% of you said it wasn't a penalty. So, look, very equal minds there. But Argentina is still playing the better football. France have done sod all in half an hour. Like, Argentina are the better team. If I was French, I'd be saying, are we being paid here? Because this is dreadful. Like, you know, France are a better team than Argentina. But in this final, an Argentina side that I've watched a lot in this tournament, and I think Argentina have been efficient, but not dominant. And in this final, they're absolutely dominant so far. France just look completely lost. You know, you almost feel like there is a virus ripping through that team because they look bereft of energy, fluidity, chemistry. You know, we know there's been a sickness virus and they just don't look good. Francis has more experience, but he's playing scared, says Daryl Street. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's Argentina just look very focused and up for it, don't they? You know, they know it's the biggest game of their lives and they're playing like it. And at the moment, there's not really a solution from France. And there they are again. It's a lovely ball by Messi out wide. Just, you know, Di Maria, if you know what, just fucking take him out. I would not let him stand up and piss about with the ball. Fucking get in on him. The fact that he's probably man of the match at the moment is doing my nut in. Look at the twat. I can't stand Di Maria. Any United fan will back me up on this. Can't stand the guy. Arrogant, moany, dickhead. Snake. Oh, he said some horrible things about Manchester and United. Just you know. He'll end up scoring a bloody hat-trick. But they're the better team, Argentina, by a long way. France have been dreadful. I mean, if I was Deschamps, I'd be looking at tactical changes here. Half an hour of the game is gone. And unless this Argentinian side's going to tire, you're getting absolutely dominated here. Dominated. There's only one team on the pitch, says Tyrese. Yeah. They're quicker to every ball. They're winning all the tackles. And the referee is playing into Argentina's hands. Not in a rigged way. He's just not giving any yellow cards. He's not giving many fouls. And Argentina are just being very, as is their right. They're going straight into every tackle, physical, and the way the game is being let go by the referee is playing into Argentina's hands. Goal meter marks is red. I think Argentina are most likely to score next at the moment. Told you, Otamendi Martinez, eat the humble pie marks, is Sean Deitch. What we got? I don't know what we're talking about. I think it was a penalty. I've had my piece. Good to see Maguire back to his world-class form, says MUFC 123. Here's Di Maria again. Oh, they just can't get out. France need to bring on Mbappe and inject some pace, says Nicholas. Everything was his fault, even with the LVG comments before the quarter-final showed he's the reason he failed at United, as everyone else's fault, but his own, says Dan Kelly on Di Maria. Well, it's been a good first half, but it's all been Argentina. So if you want Argentina to win, there you go. Who's your GOAT, Mark, says RJ Shorts. And Hamilton over Verstappen, says Marcus. I'm Hamilton. There. Argentina just want this more at the moment. France have done nothing as an attacking outlet, have they? Big shout out to Sneaker, who is sponsoring the stream, by the way. Sugar-free, low-calorie energy drinks delivered to your door. Next day delivery in the UK. You can get one of these and 9 different sachets as part of your starter pack. But hold on a minute, Sneak. This could be 2-0. And it is! It's 2-0 and it's fucking Di Maria. Bastard Snake. I can't believe it. He's fucking done it in a World Cup final. He's won a penalty and he's scored a fucking goal. Oh, it just makes you want to throw up. It really does. I mean, God, this World Cup has not been great anyway, but that's salt in the wounds, that is. I don't mind Messi winning the World Cup, but Di Maria. Fucking Di Maria. Oh, it had to be that snake. It had to be that snake, didn't it? Why him? I mean, he took it well. He's probably been Argentina's best player, and France have been fucking awful. What a France! I mean, you've got to ask questions about whether that team is actually fit because they've been terrible, terrible. The dream for Argentina is happening here, and Lionel Messi. They're 2-0 up, deservedly so, against France. Di Maria is crying. Oh, I'd love him to be crying at 90 minutes now. Oh, bell off, you bell end. Piss off. I can't stand you. Get him off my screen. Don't want to look at fucking Di Maria. God. Anyone but him. And the thing is, I'm not against Argentina winning. I know some people are. I don't mind Argentina winning. I just don't like Di Maria. Even though France have more experience and better, I don't know if they can overcome the belief and hunger that Argentina, they're playing for Messi. France don't have that much hunger. Yeah, they've already won it, Josiah, haven't they? I told you not to write Argentina off, says Mark. I sometimes feel people are tuning into the wrong show. When did I write Argentina off? I haven't written Argentina off. I said it's ridiculously hard to call. I don't know why I'm suddenly anti-Argentina. I said right at the start of the stream, I don't know who I want to win because I'd love to see Lionel Messi win a World Cup. He's one of the greatest players that's ever played the game, but I don't like Di Maria. So I sometimes think people flick between different things and think I've said things I haven't. I did not want the Frogs to win anyway, says Darren. It's not over yet, of course, but it's not over yet. But France have just never got going, have they? Not got going at all. I mean, they've been. You know, I'm not joking. Give Argentina the credit, but France have been awful. Absolutely awful. It's not just Dembele. I tell you what. At the moment, you can always come back from 2-0. We've seen it before with the Netherlands, but if you're going to come back, you've got to show something. And this team looks scared and lost. If Saliba had been playing like Martinelli and Ramsdale, that's what happened when people disrespect the Arsenal, Mr. Goldbridge, says Zane. And what has happened to France? I've never seen them play so bad, says Myron. Well, I've just tweeted that. Either, are they on the payroll or something? Because I don't know. Don't get it. Do you think Messi leaves PSG and goes to Miami since he'll have done everything in his career, says Josiah? And why does Lisandro Martinez not play for Argentina? Are the other defenders really that better, says Raul? No, I think Martinez is better than Otamendi. But, you know, every manager has their thoughts, I suppose. Was Di Maria one of players United paid a huge wage for, says Darren? Yeah. And Villa in talks with Atletico CAO for Felix, says Tom Evans. Be a good signing. We're about to get 2 World Cup winning centre-backs, says Omka. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. They miss Kante, says Christopher. I think Argentina have just, as somebody said a few minutes ago, Argentina have just absolutely played their hearts out from minute one. They've sort of ignored pragmatism. They've ignored game plans and just absolutely treated this like their lives depend on it. And every single player is doing it. And France can't respond. Ousmane Dembele is coming off and Giroud is taking 2 players off. In a World Cup final after 40 minutes, Thuram and Moani coming on. That's a big thing, isn't it? That's a big decision to make. I think it's the right decision. As I said this about 5 minutes ago. You've got to make changes. You've given those players 35 minutes. They can't moan. They've had 35 minutes. I mean, from Giroud, for Giroud, it's a bit different because he's not really getting any service, is he? But from a Dembele point of view, very disappointing. Mbappe's going to go through the middle. 1 goal changes it. 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. Argentina shouldn't... France shouldn't get back into this, but... One goal can change it. I think Giroud's had a very good tournament, but you know, he's almost. There's a lot of people in the chat I'm just seeing there about Giroud. They're not happy about it. I mean, Giroud's had a very good tournament, but he is limited. Giroud has a knee injury as well, says Bozo. Southgate wouldn't have had the balls to make that sub like that. Might not work, but need a manager willing to take risks, says Nino. Well, Southgate would bring bloody Sterling on, wouldn't he? There was a talk of France players being ill before the game, says Chiri. Yep. And Mark, I called Argentina 2 or 3 games ago, but could they do it on a cold Tuesday night in Stoke, says Anglo. You know what? If Argentina win this tournament as well, I do remember saying it when they lost to Saudi Arabia. You can lose your first game and still do well. And you know, this is a team that lost to Saudi Arabia. They lost against Spain. Lost their first game and won it in 2010 as well. It can happen. For the good of the game, I'd like to see France score, yeah, but in reality, you also can't always watch a game of football. And, you know, well, you can, you want to be entertained, but you can't also deny that Argentina have been their best side. France just haven't turned up. Reminds me, you know what, at the moment, it reminds me a little bit of, and some of you won't be old enough, but it reminds me a bit of 98, France-Brazil. And Ronaldo had that seizure before the game and then played. And Brazil played like France are playing now, and France played like Argentina playing because it was a French World Cup, and they played like their lives depended on it. And Brazil just couldn't get going, and it feels a little bit like that at the moment, where you know maybe Brazil were expected to win or at least you know play well, and it feels a little bit like that at the moment. All the buggers... Sorry, what's this? All the buggers who stirred up drama in the name of the World Cup are out of it. Pogba, Ronaldo, Timber, some more, I am sure, says J Deep. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. We've got nearly 20,000 watching. Please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, get involved with That's Football. The World Cup final is nearly at half-time. And Argentina, well, it's not quite over yet at 2-0. But if they get another one... I think it is. France have made 2 subs. Just cannot get any rhythm going in this game. Rabiot with the header. Messi. The referee's going to add some time here. He's going to add 7 minutes. Lil Chris says England should have been there instead of this awful France team. Yeah, this awful France team that England couldn't beat. Maybe you know, maybe the other side of the draw with Brazil and the Netherlands and Croatia and Argentina is stronger than the French side of the draw. Keeper got injured, so 7 minutes. France need to push their line up, you're right. It's so deep. Oh, what's Rabiot doing there? Just running into trouble. I think they're in big trouble now, France. Really big trouble. They just don't look like they can make anything happen at the moment. He won the ball. He won the ball. Going to get a lot of this gamesmanship now. Argentina, quite rightly, are going to start to take a few tumbles. Well, France have made the 2 substitutions, so it's got to work. So we've only got 7 minutes of added time, and we've already played 2.5. Wouldn't be surprised if it did come out after this game that the whole French team is suffering with illness, because they've shown no energy in this game. But on the other hand, I also think Argentina are playing like a team possessed. You know, it's like they know that this is the biggest game of their lives. And remember, we've not had, I forgot to say this, we've not had a non-European World Cup winner since 2002. 20 years. At the moment, we're 45 minutes away from that being broken. Kante and Pogba are missed, says Hamza. I don't know that Pogba's missed. I think Kante is missed, of course, because he's a quality player, but I'm not so sure that Paul Pogba's missed anymore. As a United fan who's seen Pogba play, yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Argentina are getting every 50-50 call, says White Owl. The referees, to be fair, has let everything go. In relation to bookings, he's tried to let the game go. And you either want that or you don't. I don't think he's favoured Argentina. I think the referee's been quite consistent. I mean, look, if France actually figure out where the penalty box is, and Griezmann gets clipped and goes down and he doesn't give a penalty, I think you can start to say there's something dodgy going on. But I haven't seen anything dodgy going on here. I think he could have booked a couple of players and we might have had a different game. But, he's obviously come into the game with the intention of letting it flow. Ken said he should have brought on Kingsley Coman. I'm surprised he didn't. To take Dembele off and not bring Kingsley Coman on has surprised me. But maybe he's not been that well. You just don't know how many players in that French team haven't been that well. I mean, Varane was ill on Friday. Like, he was in isolation on Friday. And somebody else was as well. So, Koeman was ill as well. Remember how confident Mark was for France? I don't know what you're on about, mate. Can France win if they change their lineup, says SMK? Well, they have changed their lineup. This ref is terrible. In other news, water is wet, says secret agent Randy. Rabiot's not had a great game. Now, France here, look how quick. He's got to book someone now. And that's the first yellow card, and it had to be. France overwhelmed by passion, says Orange. I wouldn't trust Enzo Fernandez as far as I could throw him. If he's saying he's been hit, because he's already grabbed his face once before. That's the yellow card. And then Enzo Fernandez goes down. I don't know what Enzo Fernandez has gone down for. No, he's got booked. He's been booked. Theatrics. Look, it's a World Cup final. Like, if you don't like theatrics, you're going to see a lot of them in the second half. Thoughts on player winning Golden Boot with 4 penalties? Also, I think Lionel Messi doesn't win any of the penalties. It was his teammates, from what I remember, says Kevin. And Kante bullied Kroos, Modric, Casemiro in the Champions League in 2021. Such a shame injuries have ruined him, says Vivek. And since Messi avoided a booking for handball, I've been suspicious of Argentina, says Marcelino. Does people genuinely think, well, suppose you look at this World Cup and how it got allocated, you could argue about it. But do people genuinely think that a game of football can be rigged to such an extent that Argentina have been rigged to win this World Cup? I don't know about that. I would hope that that's not possible. And I certainly haven't seen anything in that half that makes me think there was anything particularly rigged about it. But I'll certainly have a look at that World Cup, that penalty again, and see what they say about it. But for me, it did look like a penalty, and I think the referee's been a bit frustrating because he's let it go, but he's let it go for both teams. I think what's happened here is that France just look bereft of energy, and Argentina are playing like Duracell bunnies. They're treating it like it is. They've not won the World Cup since 1986. Lionel Messi is one of the greatest players in the world. They're completely fired up and motivated, and France, it's like going into a boxing ring and you're just not prepared. And the other person is. They're in peak condition, they're hungry, eye of the tiger, Rocky Balboa, and they've done nothing. They've done absolutely nothing. Pogba is 100% missed. Do you not remember last summer Euros? The guy's different class for France, main creative player, says G Music. And since Messi avoided a booking, I've done that one okay. Well, let's just have a look at the stats at half time here. I'll keep an eye out for when they show the penalty again. But let me just pause it on the stats, and this will bring it home for you. Look at that. Absolutely dreadful. No shots on target, no corners. Passing accuracy is down at 77%. That is a disgrace. Whatever you say about Argentina, that's a disgrace. They've had 41% possession. They've had no shots from anywhere. That is a white flag performance from France. You'd be fuming. Now, if you want France to lose, you'll be laughing. But if you were French and you've been waiting for this World Cup final and you see a performance like that, I mean, you'd be fucking fuming. You'd be like, what the hell are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Argentina 100% deserve to be winning this game 2-0. Now, let's have a look at this penalty here. So, Dembele, lazy in the tackle. Look, I think... There it is. No, that's not a penalty for me. He clips... No, I need to see it from that angle. Show us it from that angle again. Oh, they're not showing it enough. He clips him, but I don't think it's a penalty because I don't think it's an intentional thing. I think it's the leg. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. If that happens to England, I want a penalty. But Dembele's just running after him, and Di Maria's foot clips Dembele's planted leg. It's a tough one. But you're always going to get it. Game scripted, says Antonio. Literally every team has had dodgy calls in their favour. Love how people are nitpicking the Argentine ones to further their agendas. They'll look silly if the full list of ref blunders is compiled, says TJ. Colin Paris, thank you very much for the super chat. Nino says that Southgate wouldn't have the balls to make the subs that Deschamps has had to make. And Argentina's midfield, besides Messi, has not been good this tournament, but against France, they're looking extremely good, says Myron. Look, having seen that penalty again, I'm a little bit suspicious about the referee because I think it's a very soft penalty to give away in the World Cup final. But the second goal is fantastic by Argentina. I'm just watching it back now, and yeah, it's a very good goal, the second goal. Look, the reality is, whether the penalty is soft or not, Argentina, look at the stats. They deserve to be 2-0 up. They've been the better side. They've been more focused. They've been more driven. They've been more organised. And France have been absolutely diabolical. You're splitting hairs. Do Argentina deserve to be winning 1-0 or 2-0? That's the only question. I think they deserve to be winning 2-0. Maybe the penalty was a bit soft, but the performance of Argentina has been far better than France, and they deserve to be winning the game. Simple as that. Now, what France can do in the second half, 2-0 is a scoreline that can be overturned. So, yeah, it's they've got to try, France, and turn this around. Now, if they can get one goal, Argentina will do what they did against the Netherlands, and they will shit themselves, and they will invite the pressure. But, you know, somehow France have got to actually get in the opposition's penalty box to score a goal, obviously, and they've just not done that. So we are where we are. I mean, at the moment, we're 45 minutes away from what looks like to me being quite a comfortable Argentina World Cup final win. And Lionel Messi will win the World Cup, and everyone will get what they want, which is, I want it. I want to see Lionel Messi win a World Cup. I mean, he's one of the world's greatest ever players. So, you know, you want to see it, and I think we are going to see it, because unless France come out completely different in the second half, yeah, it's looking highly likely. But the funny thing is, I think Messi's been very good in this game, but it's actually Di Maria that's been the best player on the pitch, for me. That's where we're at the moment. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. We've got 20,000 people watching. You're all very welcome. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right hand corner, to do that. Mbappe has been invisible. Not seen him in the game at all. Croatia, 6-7 World Cups in 3-6. We've won a medal. Also opinion on Livikovic and Vardiel from the Dynamo Zagreb Academy. Love from Croatia, says Tin. I think Vardiel is a fantastic player, and will obviously get the move that he wants next summer. Be interested to see whether he goes to the Prem or not. Can I just say as well, big shout out to Sneak Energy, have sponsored our stream on this final day. Check it out. Sugar-free, low-calorie energy drinks. I've not drank enough of it. I need to drink some more. Cherry Bomb I'm on today. Delivered direct to your door. Next day delivery in the UK. You can get one of these and nine different sachets to try. Basically, 40 serving tubs. You get a scoop. You scoop it. You put it in here. You shake it up with your water. You've got a lovely energy drink. But if you go for the starter pack, you can get 9 different sachets to try. So you put the sachet in the water. You shake it all up. Get to try the flavours that you like before you buy. And lovely flavours. Tropicilla, Purple Storm, Cherry Bomb, Blue Raspberry, Electric Mango. There's loads and loads of them you can try. As I say, delivered to your door. Low calorie, sugar-free energy drinks. They also do fizzy drinks as well, which are really nice. My favourite is probably strawberry and watermelon fizzy drink. Really good. Please use the code SneakBridge. It helps the channel out. Check it out through the link in the description. Or you can scan the QR code next to me. It'll take you straight to the website. You can have a look at what they've got. Can we just talk about how England lost to this rubbish French side, says Ayo. And Di Maria is the most underrated in my opinion. He wasn't even bad at United, says Michael. And France is the only team in the tournament to go into half-time with the next year of literally 0-0 goals expected, says Myron. In the World Cup final as well. Look, answers on a postcode here. I don't want to dismiss the French, the Argentinian relentless obsession in that 45 minutes. They've worked so hard. But that is a disgraceful performance from France. To have no shots of any kind in 45 minutes in a World Cup final, that's just unbelievable. There has to be a reason for that. And is it a virus ripping through the team? Because as good as Argentina have been, as good as they've been, they've not been, you know, it's not the best. What I'm trying to say is I've seen Liverpool, Man City, Real Madrid, you know, over the years, absolutely annihilate a team. I don't think Argentina are playing like that. I think Argentina are playing well, but I don't think they're playing like that. I think France are just dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Just showing Giroud there not being happy that he got brought off. But look, Deschamps has got to do something. He's got to do something. He's made 2 substitutions. He's got to do something, and I'm sure Giroud's not very happy. But it's desperation stations for France. What do you say at half time? If you're Argentina's coach, keep it up. Keep it going as long as you can. Have some Viagra. If you're France's manager, you're like trying anything you can. You know, anything that will work. Like, probably the best way of approaching it is in 45 minutes, you're going to see the thing that you've worked the last month to win, that you're letting yourself down. That is terrible. Absolutely terrible. That is a disgrace. Get those stats. Get that football on when he's got the stats. Look at Goldbridge. No shots. You know, I'll be trying anything. I'll be like, you're embarrassing yourselves. You're better than this. What's wrong? We get 1 goal back. We can get 2 goals back. But get me 1 goal back. Let's have a go in the second half. If we lose 2-1, we lose 2-1. But let's not go out with a whimper. You know. So they've got to go for it. They've got to go for it. Whether they can do it or not, I don't know. Get Benzema in. Well, you know, the thing about France is as well, I've said this all along, you know, we can criticise and praise France, of course we can, but they're missing their best player in Benzema, and people are saying Mbappe's their best player. Ballon d'Or winner was Benzema, and he's got the most experience, so they're missing their best player in Benzema. Kante and Paul Pogba are big misses as well for their experience. Who else is there as well? And Kunku could have been quite useful in a game like this. So they're missing some players. But they haven't missed players to this point. You can't get into a World Cup final and then start talking about missing Benzema. Like they're in this position now, and they should be performing better. No 2 ways about it. Mark, do you think Ten Hag will replace Varane with Maguire for the rest of the season, says Zane? He'd be an idiot if he does. Better team are winning. How can it be rigged, says Red Dev. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. I don't know what we're doing on subscribers, but That's Football is the place to be for you and me. And you're all very, very welcome. Need the Goldbridge team talk in the dressing room. And Kunku, Kempembe, Kante, Pogba, Maignan. Midfield's been dominated. Yeah, a lot of people talking about it. Midfield has been dominated. Rabiot's been the old Rabiot tonight. Tchouameni's probably played with a little bit of inexperience. You know what's worse than this French performance? England keeping Southgate, says Yusuf. Will you be happy when the World Cup's over, Mark? I wouldn't say I'd be happy. I mean, look, I think people think I'm against this World Cup. I've just been honest. I think it's not been as good as some people think it is. I think you know, for how many games have we played in this World Cup? Is it 60 something? I mean, how many games have we actually had that's been good? I can think of 5. It's not been a great World Cup. It's been at a weird time, and I look forward to the next World Cup when it's back where it should be in the summer, where you can have and it's not actually just about the winter. Can I just say this? My big problem with this World Cup is that the Premier League should finish, or La Liga, or the Argentinian League. It should finish, and then there should be 3 weeks before the World Cup starts, where you can have friendlies and build it up, and then after the World Cup, there should be, 3 or 4 weeks before everyone comes back for Premier League football as well, because it's shoehorned in. It's like the build-up to the World Cup felt false, and straight after the World Cup, we're going to go straight back into domestic football. I think the World Cup should be respected. There should be a build-up period, and there should be a reflection period, and we've been deprived of that as well. Anyway, look, second half's about to start. The last 45 minutes of this World Cup, is it going to go the way this World Cup's gone, really, at times, where it's just been a bit lacking in entertainment and or are we going to get a France comeback and we can finish this World Cup with a real high? The way it's going at the moment, I think the next goal will go to Argentina. I said it at 1-0. I fancied Argentina were the more likely to score again. And at the moment, I still think Argentina are the more likely team to score again. So, look, I don't know that France are going to come back into this. It might be a real game over with half an hour to go final, which again is very disappointing in a World Cup final for it not to be close. But at the moment, France just look lost. And I wouldn't be surprised, as I said, France 98, France against Brazil. Brazil did this in the final, and it came out afterwards about Ronaldo had a seizure and the team just didn't, play well. And I'm not saying anything serious like that's happened to France, but something's not happening right. Good day, Mark. Thanks to you and the crew for helping make this an unforgettable World Cup for me. Dead set legends. Thank you, everybody, for watching all the watch-alongs, by the way. You are fantastic. And that's Manu in Melb. Argentina playing with high energy and the French can't cope. None of this slow, ponderous Southgate ball. Di Maria running at the right back and is scared. It's a shame Rashford didn't get that chance, says Matthew. And, of course, Messi will win the Asterisk World Cup, says N on. Thank you very much for the super chats there. Appreciate it. Argentina, we're up and running here, and the timer is on. And Argentina started the half very, very quick again, and they've got overlaps on the far side if they can hit it. And Lloris is quick off his line, and they're just so static, this French side. So static. Those seats are only empty because they're corporate seats. There will be people sat in them in a minute. That's corporate. Look, they're all having I don't know what they're having. Massage, maybe, I don't know. But those seats will fill up. They're just corporate seats. Oh, Rob, thanks very much for the super chat, pal. Appreciate that. Well, first obstacle for France is to actually have a shot on goal. The only French player that's looked any good is Tchouaméni. Said, thanks for the super chat, mate. Susan says, France need to be better in this second half. By George, they do. Tell you what, though. One thing I will remember about this World Cup, we spoke about it a little bit on the build-up to it, and Argentina were always pretty good odds to win it. Brazil were favourites, but Argentina were always decent odds to win it. And, is it a surprise, really, that they're in the final? Is it a surprise that they're going to win it? Mark, are you excited to watch Man United in the Premier League? Sam, I can't wait for the return of the Prem. And Sade says, big fan of the channel. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, I can't wait for the Premier League to come back. Absolutely can't wait. And I suppose that is a positive, really, that we don't have to wait long. I'm actually really excited about the Carabao Cup. Man United are playing Burnley on Wednesday. Now, I'd never normally be excited about that, but Man United playing a game of football, can't wait. The France need Weghorst, says Jonas. Well, France haven't come out in this second half looking like they believe. They just don't. They just look like. I mean, I'd be fuming. Like I say, if I was French, I'd be fuming. I'd be like, what? Fair play to Argentina, but they're not obviously better than you. So why are you playing like Leyton Orient against Man City? Why are you playing like you beat? Why are you playing like you're playing against, an all-star 11? You're better than this. Again, look, just a stray pass. It's weird. It's so weird how Argentina have dominated. Really weird. Hernandez does well there. Come on, first things first, get a shot. France not putting any pressure on, says JMT. Well, yeah, I think they look tired, don't they? They look tired and confusingly so. Oh. I was watching The Grinch before this. Eating Quality Street. What do you think of the new Club World Cup, says Willie? I don't know what the new World Cup is. This might finish like Euro 2012 final domination. Yeah. I know what you mean. Do you wish you'd gone to the World Cup, Mark? I did have offers. I did have offers to go, and I don't regret not going. I think I've just missed a chance for France. They got a corner! We got a corner! Get in! What's one of them? Corner to France. They got a corner. Come on. You know what? For the good of the game, even if you want Argentina to win, for the good of the game, let's get a goal by France. Martinez catches it. There's a ball on, and if Di Maria, I thought he was going to hit it there. Messi. Good tackle. Get up, get up, get up. I tell you what, you can tell how bad France are playing. Because De Paul's playing well. How is he giving a free kick to Argentina there? Oh no, he hasn't. He's giving a throw in. I thought he was going to give a free kick. Argentina beat host Brazil to win the Copa America 18 months ago, so it's not really a surprise that they are good, says Threefold Path. Yeah, I think they just didn't start the tournament particularly well, did they? They almost put hadn't Argentina before Saudi Arabia, they'd not been beaten in something ridiculous like 30-something games. So that's what I mean. Coming into the tournament, Argentina were considered one of the favourites. So it's not really a surprise that they're going to win it. I think it's just because they started the tournament a bit slow. Someone's definitely put something in the beef bourguignon. This is not normal by France. Someone check the hotel CCTV, says Nicholas. The last thing this World Cup needs is a conspiracy. They're unbeaten in 38 games, says Ronnie. How was that gone for a corner? Did I miss something? Tell you what I had last night for the first time in years. I went down the supermarket with Seb and I bought a bag of fruit pastels. Oh, I've not had fruit pastels for years. Lovely. Love fruit pastels. Roundtree's fruit pastels, the proper ones. Oh, mistake. Doesn't drop to a French player though. Now Griezmann. Is this game staged? Let Argentina score 3 goals, then 3 back, and let it go to penalties, says Josh. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, Josh. Oh, Mbappe with a bad pass, but Tchouaméni picks it up. It's got to go wide there. You can see why he took Giroud off, though. There was no... I mean, when there's no shots on goal, there's not going to be any crosses into the box. And that's the most disappointing thing from them, is that they've They've been so good at putting crosses in. I thought Rabiot got the ball here. Been booked. No, definite yellow. Ref got that right. 100. You'll never see a more yellow than that. Hi Mark, if I like to wish you, your family and the rest of the United Stand crew a safe and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, says the Bad Joker. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, mate. Thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate that. $35 to go. 2-0 to Argentina. Bad tackle by Rabiot, that, you know. That genuinely is a bad tackle. I don't know why Camavinga hasn't been brought on, by the way. I think Camavinga in a game like this might just be somebody that gets something, you know, you need something a bit more attacking. Rabiot ain't fit. I'd switch to a back three now, says Christopher. Lika and Rafa could become our World Cup centre-back pair, says Ronnie. Some people are saying Rabiot could have got a red for that. It was a scissor tackle. They're not nice. I just think from France's point of view as well, it's almost like they've lost the ability to play football. There's just no rhythm to their play at all. Smirty says, this is France versus Brazil 1988 2.0 version. If you know, you know. I mentioned it in the first half. 98 France-Brazil final in France. France had never won the World Cup before. R9 played for Brazil. They were big favourites to win. And Brazil just never got going, and France just completely dominated them, really. There was, obviously, mitigating circumstances that Ronaldo, R9, had a seizure on the way to the game, which obviously disrupted his game and the team around him, but France absolutely dominated them. Do you think Mbappe will ever be in the same conversation as Ronaldo and Messi? Bear in mind, Mbappe is the same age in the summer as when Ronaldo moved to Madrid. No, Joshua, I don't think he will. I think Mbappe is world class. I don't think he's going to go down as one of the best players that's ever played the game because he spent too long in France. You know, he went from Monaco to PSG and then he's extended at PSG. With all due respect, goats of the game don't forge their career in Paris for that long. You know, he's going to be 24 on Tuesday. He needs to be playing in a better league. You know, I would almost say that Mbappe is getting to the point now where he's got to be going this summer. Mr. Eshu says that Messi had 5 chances at Copa America when there shouldn't. 3 Ballon d'Ors that were dodgy, and 6 or 7 Argentina games had a penalty. This isn't a coincidence. Hi Mark, do you think FIFA thinks the only way to save this World Cup with a lot of its controversy is to let Messi win it with dodgy refereeing, says Druv. I think it's sad that so many people are actually even thinking that might be real. You know me. I like a moan, but I can't get on board with that. I haven't seen. Oh, saved by Lloris from Alvarez. I just think Argentina have been better than France. I don't know why France have been so bad. I mean, France look like... You know what France look like to me? They look like they've run a marathon before this game. They've come into it with, you know, cement in their feet. There's just no energy. And they still haven't had a shot on goal. Which I find the biggest thing is that they've had no shots on goal. Look at the stats. Well, I've just tweeted it there. No shots on goal after an hour has to be the weirdest performance in a World Cup final in memory. I don't remember a team in a World Cup final doing this. I've seen teams perform badly in a World Cup final, but no shots after an hour in a World Cup final. Sort of thing you'd expect Qatar to do against England. I mean, these are the World Cup holders. I very rarely would say this because obviously I'm English, but I'd feel sorry for the French. Anybody who's French watching this must be like, what the fuck's going on? Not Varane. Don't injure Varane in the bloody World Cup final. Plays a full World Cup and then gets injured. Oh, he's alright. It's nothing to do with his legs. He'll be alright. You can see I mean, having said that, you can see why Morocco pushed France so hard. I mean, if this is what France have been like, really, when you scratch the surface, if this is what France are really like. Lesnide says, great work by everyone involved. Community has been brilliant since channel's inception. It's been a great ride along. Thanks to all. And thank you very much for your super chat, Lesnide. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hope you have a good Christmas, festive times, whatever you want to call it. Really appreciate it. And thanks everyone who's been watching. Now, France, again, that final ball is terrible. Can they create something? Cross comes in. Too easy to defend that. 0 shots for France. We've had over an hour. I said it at half time. Like, you can call it what you like. It's white flag football. That's what France. It's white flag football. I've called this on the United Stand. So what's white flag football? Surrender football. There's just nothing. Lloris does well. France are overrated, and Argentina is exposed, and that's all really. Not even on a bad day can a team be this bad, says King. No, that's what I mean. You can have a bad day, but you can't be this bad. This is the worst World Cup performance I've seen in my life. And I would never have thought it would be from the World Cup holders, France. It's not a bad day at the office. It's an unacceptable day at the office. It's disgusting. I mean, it makes you think, doesn't it? Imagine if England did get to a final. There's no guarantee. You go into a World Cup final and you think you're going to win it. You do. You go to any cup final, you think you're going to win it. That's the whole bloody point. But imagine going to a final and then playing like this. It's bad enough losing a final. But imagine losing a final like this. You know, all the effort of a fucking butterfly's fart. Is half time over? No, France is still in the dressing room, I think. Red Dev says Argentina are playing amazing football. I don't actually think they are, mate. I think they're playing well, but I don't think they've had to play amazing football. They've just had it all their own way. There's so much space. They're winning all the 50-50s. It's not a vintage footballing performance from Argentina. Di Maria's gone off. It's not vintage football. It's not the sort of football you'll look back on in 20 years and go, that Argentina team was like Brazil 1970. They've been good. I think they could have been better. I think if they played a team that had given them a game, they could have even been better. This France World Cup 2018 team so clear of this, says Dan. It's been too one-sided. Too one-sided. And I think France gate. I just don't think there's anything about this French team that thinks they've got a chance. 25 minutes, 2-0. You've always got a chance. What and why has he not made more subs? He's made 2 subs. I think you've got to make... Rabiot should not be on the pitch. You've got to make some more subs. How can people say this game is rigged when France have had no shots? Says Roblox. Horrible performance. And AI predicted Argentina before the World Cup began, says Grant Lee. Thanks for the super chats. Joel says, Mark, do you think the illness that's been going through around the France camp has affected them today? I don't think... I would hate that to be an excuse, to be honest with you, because you might have 1 or 2 players ill, but if the whole team is ill and they're all on Lemsip, then the game shouldn't be going ahead, should it? I don't think you can play that badly just because you've got a bit of a headache or whatever. Like, it's certainly one of the weirdest performances I've ever seen from a team that actually is good. I look back at that French side. Good cross there by Griezmann. No one attacking it. I look back at the French side that played against Denmark and Australia, and you would never think that they could put a performance like this in. How much will FIFA and Argentina pay the French Football Federation, says Ayanda? Saudi Arabia should play Argentina again for the World Cup final, says Omar. Get Camavinga on, says Jerry. I can't believe he hasn't. Mark, I'm a Madrid fan. I absolutely love Ronaldo to bits, but there is no doubt that Messi is better at football. He is the greatest, and that's that, says Elijah. This is disrespectful to the team that got knocked out. What a rubbish performance. Would easily take England or Morocco over this French performance, says Mr. Nobody. But I'm not over egging the pudding here, but this is going to be one of the worst World Cup performances ever. If it carries on like this. Thanks for all the super chats, by the way. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right hand corner. I was going to check that about 10 minutes ago. I am on the United stand at 8 o'clock tonight, yes. We're only 300 away from 866,000 subscribers, so please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Kingsley Coman and Camavinga are coming on. With 23 minutes to go. What's the next watch along you're doing on this channel, Mark? Oh, good question. Good question. I don't know, I was just having a look what's on. Is there a Carabao Cup? Carabao Cup. I thought there was a good Carabao Cup game on Tuesday, but there's not. Man United, Burnley. Man City, Liverpool. I might do that on Thursday night. Should we do Man City, Liverpool Thursday night? 4th round of the Cup. Oh, yeah. De Bruyne will play. Salah will play. I think I'll do Man City, Liverpool on Thursday night. Why not? Where are Arsenal in the Carabao Cup? Are they out? I think you're out, aren't you? Yeah, Arsenal knocked out, lost to Brighton. Yeah, I'll do Man City, Liverpool on Thursday night. Yeah, I'm doing United, Burnley on Wednesday night. So yeah, we'll do that. That'll be good. What are you going to do games over Christmas? I do like to have a bit of... Boxing Day, I don't like to do watch-alongs, to be honest. Man United, Forest are on Tuesday. We're going to be spoilt for choice. There's so many games. So many games. Worst World Cup final ever? Go on. He's had a shot. We've had a shot and it's over the bar by Mbappe. Well, at least they've had a shot. France have had a shot. Breaking news. 70th minute. Mbappe. Kylian Griezmann's coming off. And Hernandez. So he's still going to keep Rabiot on. Apology. I feel like apologising to the French. If anybody is watching this and is French, you must be. I mean, at least you can say you've won a World Cup. Like, we can't feel that sorry for you because you did win the World Cup in 2018. So, actually, I retract the apology. But you must be pissed off. Camavinga's playing at left back. Unbelievable. I mean, Rabiot's been absolute shite, and he's on a yellow card. Just make it make sense. Don't think I've ever been excited to watch a Carabao game, says Jake. Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Best thing from a United fans' point of view is that Martinez and Varane are going to be fit for the second half of the season, says Raz. Yeah, Griezmann has been good this tournament, Vavavoom, but disappointing today. McAllister's played very well. Brighton player's going to win a World Cup. It's mad, isn't it? When you think about it, Brighton, well, nothing wrong with it, but, you know, a Brighton player will be a World Cup winner. Just shows you the quality of Brighton, really. Aston Villa will have a World Cup winner as well, yeah. Man City, Alvarez. Do you think France could still get back into it? I don't think they deserve to get back into it now. At half-time, you feel like, you know, get a goal back and go for it, but they don't. You know, Argentina, I'll put my hands up and say France don't deserve to get back into this game now. Argentina have won this, and they deserve to win it. Like, there's nothing. They're not going to come back, are they? 15 minutes. They don't deserve to. They're not going to. They've never believed they were going to. Yeah, I don't see it. Fix says the French don't even look that arsed. Don't forget, we're sponsored by Sneak. That's something you can be asked about. Sugar-free energy drinks delivered to your door. You can get one of these and 9 different sachets to try, 9 different flavours to try from their many that they've got. Delivered to your door, next day delivery in the UK. Please use the code SneakBridge, helps the channel out. I'm on the Cherry Bomb today, but they do fizzy drinks. You can also get your 40 serving tubs. Flavours I would try if you were going to try the starter pack: blue raspberry, cherry bomb, purple storm, tropicilla, electric mango. They're probably some of my favourites. I do like Origins as well, which is acquired taste, but it's rhubarb and custard, but I actually really like it. 1 scoop in, water, shake it all about. Not powdery at all. Lovely sugar-free energy drinks, and also they do fizzy drinks as well, of which strawberry and watermelon is beautiful. Now, Argentina, Alvarez, he's done well, but to be fair, so has Upamecano. Stayed with him. Yeah, link in the description or scan the QR code when it comes round. They've also got this flavour as well now available, actually. I forgot to mention it. Breakfast orange. So if you've ever been on holiday to Spain and you get your orange juice from the hotel and it tastes really sweet, different to what you get at home. It tastes very much like this. Very nice. Breakfast orange. Messi for the Golden Boot. I predicted it. I predicted Messi would win the Golden Boot. Kylian Mbappe has not scored since the round of 16. Scored his 5 goals in the first 4 games, didn't he? Any sour flavours, says Michelle. Yeah, they've got... If you click the link in the description... Well, I'll do it for you. They've got... they've definitely got an apple one. Sour apple, cherry bomb, purple storm, strawberry watermelon, tropicilla, raspberry lemonade, bubblegum, strawberry, blue raspberry, and lots more. Dear me. I just cannot put my hat on the France performance. Argentina have been good and probably would have won it anyway. But I've watched many games of football, and I'm sure there's many coaches out there that have watched games of football, and there's many fans that have watched games of football. And as good as Argentina have been, that doesn't excuse how bad France have been. They've you know, Crystal Palace go to the Etihad. They normally get beat, but they have a go. And they'll have 3 or 4 shots, maybe 5 or 6. It's not about how good the opposition is, because they're going to be good. It's what you do when you get the ball. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Carter says it's like they've down tools. Weird, just weird. Weird. Although, he might get... That's got to be a penalty. He's given it! Penalty to France! Now then! Otamendi in trouble. Penalty to France. We might get a surprising finish. Looks like a penalty to me. Gets ahead of Otamendi. Yeah, it's the same as... Yeah, it's not going to get overturned. That's the same as Di Maria. He's caught him. It's soft, but it's a pen. Score it. Let's have an exciting finish. Score the goal. Let's have an exciting finish here. Should be a red. Why is it not a red? Why is it not a red? It's just deprived the goal scoring opportunity. Genuine attempt to get the ball, isn't it? I think. Oh, I don't understand the rules. Yeah, it's you can't have double jeopardy, can you? Kylian Mbappe. Oh, I tell you what, Martinez went the right way. Mbappe scores and levels up with Messi. 6 each. 6 each. Oh, I tell you what, Martinez nearly gets it as well. He's done well. Good penalty, good goalkeeping. 2-1. I tell you what, I'd just written France off. Their first shot on goal, on target, is a goal. But if Argentina, you're now in that area now where we're going to get 10 minutes of excitement. But for Argentina, they must be thinking, how have we let this happen? Momentum's now going to be with France. Yeah, well, Argentina will have to sit back now. I mean, there's just no way that Argentina should be letting France back into this, but there we go. Eric says never a penalty. I think both penalties are very similar, so it's either both a penalty or both not. Devon says, as much as I'd like France to get back into it, they don't deserve to. I'm of the same opinion, mate. I'd like to see France equalise just for, pure entertainment value, but Argentina deserve to win this game. Nothing's going to make me not think that. Oh my God! 2-2! Kylian Mbappe! What a goal! What a goal! 2-2! Absolutely incredible stuff. Absolutely fantastic. What the hell has gone on here? France can't believe it. In the space of 2 minutes, it's 2-2. That is absolutely world class. In a World Cup final, to do that, a little 1-2, and bury it in the bottom corner. Where has that come from? Messi has a smile on his face. It won't be a real smile. It'll be one of those smiles where someone trumps and it's you and you try and smile your way out of it. That really is terrible from Argentina, but it's brilliant from France. And Argentina, what are they doing? Where's the defence gone here? Romero gets sucked in. The finish is brilliant by Kylian Mbappe, but they've just completely switched off. They've switched off and it's game on. Definitely game on. This is like I can't believe this. We've spent 80 minutes ridiculing France and they've somehow, at the end of the day, that has to reflect badly on Argentina. There is no way France should be back in this game. 3 minutes ago, it would have been 2-0 and we would have gone, it's cruising to the worst final in ever. And now suddenly it's 2-2. What happens now? Argentina, for all their domination and work, have got to get their heads right and go again. The momentum is with France. 2-2. Well, we've got a final now. Is it still rigged? Maybe it was rigged to go 2-2. I tell you what, their arses will be going like a rabbit's nose, and they will be absolutely feeling very tired, Argentina, thinking, can we just get a dodgy penalty or something because we've worked so hard and we're 2-2. And France, who've been completely out of it, are suddenly going to be like, this is great. And we could be heading to a penalty shootout here. Of course, France have got the legs as well. And Argentina will be quite tired. Di Maria took off too early, potentially. It might not be too early. It might be the only thing he can play. But here's France now. It's not quite a 3-3. He's going on his own. Gives it to Mbappe. The cross is decent. Ooh. It could be a late win. It could be one in normal time this, Argentina. You feel like Argentina are pushing and that could give France a chance. It was a good cross by Mbappe as well. Moani could have done better there. Well, Argentina have got Lautaro Martinez. That might be worth a look. What's happened subs-wise so far? It's going round on your screen. You can see the arrow underneath them as they do. But let's have a look. So Acuna is the only sub they've made, whereas France have made 4. Yeah, they need to make some more. And they've got options on the bench. You've got Paredes, you've got Almada, you've got Lisandro Martinez. You could bring on United's Martinez, Dybala. They've got options. They're going to have to freshen it up. Messi was going to win the World Cup and the Golden Boot. He's now behind in the Golden Boot and he's not winning the World Cup. Football can change very, very quickly. France maybe just, but I think both teams now are just sort of trying to get a bit of a breather. Can we get a shot of Di Maria now? And Argentina manager deserves that for leaving his best defender out the side, says Brad Lewis. If France win, Messi will feel like he's playing for Barcelona when they lost to Liverpool in the semi-final of the Champions League in 2019, says Clayton. Mbappe leading the Golden Boot now, says Brian. Well, Argentina, I mean, look, I've played the game. I've watched the game. And Argentina... Penalty! He's booking him! He's booking him! You're having a laugh. You're having a laugh. It's a stone wall. What the hell? He's booked him. He's booked him for a dive. No. Ooh, well. He does dive. He does. Referee's caught that really well. Well done, referee. Absolutely crazy. 2 shots, 2 goals. Look, I could easily carry on saying it's a penalty, but in real time, you see the Argentinian player's foot and you think it's got to be a pen. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. I mean, the Mbappe goal is just pure power, and Martinez just can't get down and deal with it quick enough, can he? He'll probably feel he should have saved it, Martinez, but I think it's just a very good finish. I think the refs had a good game. I think all the noise around it because of, potential rigging and stuff like that. We're only 100 subscribers away from 866,000, by the way. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Well, Di Maria was crying when he made it 2-0. He'll be crying now. How France have got back into this game will be digested and reflected on by Argentines in some detail, but they've got to get their heads back together now. Statistically, France must be in a position where... No, they've had 3 shots on goal now. Or is it 2? Can't read. It's very small. No. 2 shots on target, 2 goals. What a call by that referee, though. I mean, you watch it live and I'm like, that's a penalty. And he's clearly had his eye on the ball. course, Messi's 35. Argentina, they played a lot of football. How do you get back into it if you're Argentina? 8 minutes added on. After this showing, I do not want Enzo Fernandez. Couldn't watch him flop around week in, week out, says Brian. How do you get back into it if you're Argentina? You tell yourselves that you've just been really unlucky and that France have been predominantly crap and can be crap again. Imagine your reaction if it was England 2-0 up, says Harry. Well, we spent most of this game saying if you're French, you must be fuming. 70 minutes and no shots on goal. And now you'd be sat here, if you're Argentinian, going, I can't fucking believe it. We're 2-0. We are the best team on the pitch. 75 minutes. We're the best team. France are crap. We're actually going to win the final. We deserve to win the final. And then 5 minutes later, it's 2-2, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? Second time this tournament, Argentina have given up a 2-0 lead as well. Did it against the Netherlands. Obviously, they went on to win it on penalties, but Di Maria's not looking so chipper now. It'll be ironic if France do win the Ronaldo and Messi for all the noise end up basically in the same place as Brad Lewis. I think Argentina's problem here is the fitness and speed of France just looks to be a bit of a problem. Of course, Mbappe's on a hat-trick. Is it written in the stars? He's over the free kick here. Thoughts on the best World Cup in history, mate, says Skeng. What, we're talking about Italia 90? Mbappe. Oh, deflected over. Southgate would have still had Giroud on, clapping him at the side of the pitch with waistcoat in hand, says Nicholas. Varane header to win the World Cup. I'd take that. I'd take that. I'd love that. Corner to France. Punched away by Martinez. So suddenly France have found something that they didn't have for 75 minutes, haven't they? They found a bit of Camavinga, lay it off. Tell you what, someone should check Mbappe's back, says the Inquisition. Camavinga lays it off, lovely. Rabiot with the shot. Martinez gets down and gets hold of it. What do you now think about this match? Best final ever, says Sohan. Football's a funny old game, Sohan. You know, it actually has ended up being a really good final, hasn't it? I'm trying to think what the best final is. I mean, finals aren't traditionally very good anyway, are they? Referee's going to book somebody here. Neil said, what was so special about Italia 90? I wasn't born, and can you make a video explaining the transfer market? Giroud's been booked. And if Mbappe gets a hat-trick, I bet PSG will basically just make him the owner and the manager, says Jack. Well, if Mbappe wins this, he's won 2 World Cups at the age of 23. And Messi will never win a World Cup. That's what we're talking about here, you know. Not that that makes Mbappe better than Messi, of course it doesn't, but here he is down the wing. Oh my God. The chance was there. France gone down again. No. I think Argentina need extra time because they're just getting stretched a little bit. The pace on the break is killing them at the moment. Messi's just trying to slow it down a bit, but they've got to find a way to try and win it. And he's a lovely ball out wide by Messi to Acuna. And Rabiot, who I would not have kept Rabiot on, has suddenly started to take control. I would say the best World Cup final is 06, Italy against France, is the taco. Argentina are tired, says Ian. He's got to make subs. He's got to make subs. And what those subs are going to be is going to be very interesting because he's got options. Obviously, Alvarez is very young, though. So do you want to take Alvarez off when he's young? Obviously, he's going to want to keep Messi on. Here is Messi. Oh, it's opened up for him. Oh, Lloris with a save. Oh. What are the French doing there? Last thing in the world you do when Messi's that far out is let him drop his shoulder and get on his left foot. Look at that. He's just away and bang. Straight at the keeper, but he's got to save it. Corner to Argentina, though, with only a minute of normal time to go. Riley wants them to win because Argentina to win because of Messi. I think Mbappe should stay at PSG like Pele, staying in Brazil for the whole career, be a hero in your home country, says Sports Fan. Yeah, but Pele wouldn't have stayed in Brazil in the modern game, would he? Messi with the cross. Ooh, edge of the box, there's a break. Oh, cynical. Plays on. Acuna gets a yellow card. It was a very tactical foul there by Acuna because it could have been a break for France. Had to take him down. Argentina are going to have to change the way they play in extra time. Good play by Kingsley Coman. He's going to whip a cross in, surely. Yeah, they're going to have to change the way they play in extra time, Argentina, because they're going to get caught on the break at some point. But having said that, Alvarez on the break. France have got players back, but he might be able to work something. Messi just needs to find the other man. Oh, he won't there. And that'll be it. Extra time. Extra time. I'll tell you what, that was a good last 20 minutes. From 2-0 to Argentina to 2-2, and then the last 10 minutes of the game, end to end. I hope that continues in extra time. Sometimes extra time, I think statistically 54% of games that go to extra time end up going to penalties. But how do you approach it? Argentina have won the game once. France were on course for the worst ever World Cup final performance and get it back to 2-2. They'll be buzzing now. From a team that was down and out, they'll be absolutely buzzing. Argentina, wow, he's got to make subs. Has to make subs here. He's got to make a change. It's difficult. Of course it's difficult. It's a World Cup final, but you've got to make changes, mate. You can't just stick with the same team having made one sub in 90 minutes. He's got to make more subs. Only Acuna's the player to come on. France have made 4 subs and will probably make another one as well. I mean, look, France have still got people that can go. I mean, I'd personally bring Guendouzi on for Rabiot. You know, Rabiot's been everywhere, but he's on a yellow card. I'd chuck Guendouzi on just to give you a little bit more in that midfield. Argentina, look, you've got Dybala, you've got Lautaro Martinez, you've got Lisandro Martinez, you've got Almada, you've got Paredes. They've got options and they've got to use them because they're looking tired. I think the momentum's with France, and I think they look more dangerous with the pace on the break in a game like this. Pace can be really important. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens now. Which way do you think it's going to go? French, look at that French squad there in that huddle. They look absolutely on it. And Argentina just look a little bit tired, a little bit done. Do you want it to go to penalties? I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I've said this before in this tournament already. As long as it's not England, when it goes to extra time, I sometimes feel a bit robbed if I don't get penalties because, you know, penalties are more exciting. I've got to say, I'm not a massive fan of penalties in a World Cup final. I've seen it a few times. I mean, the first one I remember was 94, Brazil against Italy. Baggio blasted it over the bar. But it feels like it doesn't. Look, I like penalties. You know, as long as it's not England, I like penalties. But for a World Cup, and a World Cup's not just 1 month, by the way. World Cup is all the qualifying in Africa, South America, everywhere. Like, it's not just the 1 month; it's the whole qualification as well. For that to be decided by a penalty shootout, for me, is a bit sad. I understand why it happens. You know, after 120 minutes, everyone knows there's going to be a penalty shootout. But I would rather somebody won this in normal time now. And I feel that the way the game is going, that might happen. Penalty shootout would be fair now. Pogba's witch doctor worked their magic. This match needed excitement, says Keipel. Happy and safe holidays to you all. Thank you very much for your super chat, pal. So, another half an hour guaranteed, and then we might end up with a penalty shootout. Interesting indeed. I'm on the United Stand at 8 o'clock yet. I need to sort the clock out. And referee, 15 minutes. Referee's been very good. I fancy France in extra time. I think France's defence looks better and France's attack looks sharper. But I wouldn't write Argentina off. I've always been saying that. I mean, to be honest, this game feels like what it felt like before kickoff. I feel like France have got the edge, but Argentina are capable. And we know what happened in the first half. So, look, don't write Argentina off is the lesson, isn't it? Big shout out to Sneak, by the way. Get yourself some Sneak Energy for Christmas. You can get a starter pack where you get one of these and 9 different sachets to try. Or you can go straight for your 40 serving tubs. 1 scoop, fill it up with water, shake it all about. You've got a lovely energy drink like this. Cherry Bomb. Delivered to your door. Next day delivery in the UK. Please use the code SNEAKBRIDGE. Well, both these teams could do with a bit now. A bit of NRG. France just came to life, didn't they? I mean, they looked like they were going to be absolutely dreadful. And then they just came to life. sister's just messaged me saying France or Argentina, and then she's got Argentina like that. It's like, I don't know. Well, look, you know, everyone can make their own mind up. I'm going to say what I said before. I don't actually mind. I don't mind, really. There's pros and cons of both. Seeing one of the greatest players that's ever played the game hold up the World Cup is something we'll remember forever. Seeing Di Maria hold up the World Cup is something I'll remember forever as well. So there's pros and cons. Mbappe's on a hat-trick as well, says SPS. Yeah. But look, Argentina have started off well again. I don't think he's made any subs. Sadia, thanks for the super chat there. Good cross into the box. And shot wide by McAllister. George said, would love to see a moment of Messi magic to win the final. What a story that would be. Look, you know, if you think back to World Cup 86, the hand of God was a disgrace, but the second goal that Messi scored in that game was one of the World Cup's best ever goals. Now, if we saw Messi pick the ball up on the halfway line, skip past 5 players and score, then he can have it. He can have the World Cup and everything else. You know, it'd be great. But is he capable of doing that? Well, he's got the ball here. Camavinga's tackled him though. Referee, just let it play. Cracker Jack says, I said Argentina before the tournament, but whoever wins it's not fussed. Brad Lewis says, no subs still. Ollie's got control of the Argentinian coach's radio, says Brad. I've got no idea. Why is the Argentinian... I'm going to tweet this as well. Why have Argentina only made 1 sub? It's weird. This is this sort of naivety is... Oh, he's made 2 subs. He's made 2 subs. Let me have a look. Oh, yeah. He's brought on Montiel as well. Yeah. They have made 2. Of course, the trouble with the extra time is it can go by very, very quickly. We've had 5 minutes already here. Good play by Rabiot. He's grown into the game from a bad performance. Thuram trying to do too much there. Won it back. Should have passed. This game can be cruel. Romance is never written in the stars, says Dan Kelly. Thanks, Dan. Dane says, if France win, it's the first father and son to win it. Turams. This Mbappe kid looks promising. United should have a look, says Nudes. And Drake pictured last night with old Maradona Napoli training jacket. The Drake curse is real, says Mark Johnson. HBN says Camavinga should have started. Another substitution for France. It's not Guendouzi, but it is Rabiot going off. He obviously doesn't rate Guendouzi that much, does he? I think Guendouzi would be a good replacement for Rabiot, but he's going to bring on, is it Fofana? Suspected concussion, apparently. That's a bit of a weird sub. He's been playing for 5 minutes. It can't be a concussion sub, surely. Good play by Camavinga. Dybala just doesn't get used at all. Who do you think will win penalties? I think Argentina. I think Martinez looks very good in goal, doesn't he? So I would go Argentina. Lovely ball here into Mbappe, but offside anyway. Mbappe's gone down injured now. You can see why. Gets the ball and then lands on the top of his foot from Romero. It would hurt. He's all right. He's back on his feet, but could have been worse. France have a Spurs keeper that can't end well in penalties, says Brad Lewis. Well, I thought Martinez did very, very well on the Mbappe penalty anyway. I mean, it was a very good penalty by Mbappe, and it needed to be because Martinez went the right way. Cross into the box by Argentina. That gets cleared. Into the box. Drippy says, why is Di Maria off? He went off ages ago, mate. Ages ago. He went off in the 64th minute. I mean, I think Di Maria can literally only play about an hour these days. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way. Please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Our next watch-along is going to be Man City-Liverpool on Thursday night in the Carabao Cup. Bring it on. Club football's back. Not a bad cross, that. Martinez gets hold of it for Argentina. Which way do you think it's going to go? I think Argentina will win on penalties if it goes to penalties. Not a huge fan of that, but no, I'm not anti-Argentina winning. I wouldn't be pro-France winning it on penalties either. I don't think a penalty shootout is the way to solve a World Cup final, but those are the rules. Everyone knows it. Too greedy. Well, he's gone down injured though. Good play by Camavinga. The Argentina cost West Ham the FA Cup final in 2006? There's the man who knows football. And Kyle Murphy says, all the pundits write off Lisandro Martinez, yet keeps team alive, takes them to World Cup finals. This is Kyle Murphy. Thank you very much for your super chats there. Mark, can you explain your hatred for Di Maria? I don't understand, says Koba. Well, I can explain my hatred for Di Maria because I don't hate anybody, so I don't hate Di Maria. I just, as a footballer, dislike him because of how he behaved at the end of his time at Manchester United and then ever since. I mean, let's not forget, he's the guy at Old Trafford who picked up the lager bottle and went like that in front of the fans. He's just a shithouse. So I don't like him. And if you're a shithouse, then fans of Manchester United won't want you to win a World Cup. Simple as that. Free kick to France. Kingsley Coman's on it. Chance to whip a cross in. Doesn't look too bad. Edge of the box. He's going to shoot. Corner. How long do you see yourself doing the watch-along, says Pat? Oh, I'll definitely stay till the end. Here's Kunde. Whip it. Second ball. Well done. Offside. It was offside as well. Good defensive line there by Argentina. Right, he's going to make a couple of subs now. Lautaro Martinez is coming on, and I think Paredes is coming on as well. France are just looking to exploit Argentina with pace. Want Argentina win just for Messi, as he's probably been an outstanding player. Probably the best I've had the pleasure to watch, says Darren. And I think everyone would understand that, Darren. You know, the want for Messi to win the World Cup, I understand that completely, you know. De Paul comes off. And Alvarez. Mark, we all hoping you still do watch-alongs when you're Ricky's age, says Kyle. Imagine that. We'll see. We'll see. So Lautaro Martinez and Paredes come on, and Alvarez comes off, and De Paul comes off. I just hope we get a winner in normal time. That's my only hope, because as much as a penalty shootout is exciting and I'd normally always want it, I just don't think it's fair to lose a World Cup. You imagine, I mean, it happens, I've seen it happen, but you can imagine missing the penalty and then everyone else is running to lift the World Cup. It's just it's a horrible way to lose it. But they're warned, they've got 20 minutes. Try and win it in normal time then. Trashy football videos, there you go. How do you think Messi's actually played? I think he's played quite well. I mean, look, I still think people think that Lionel Messi's the player he was in his prime, and he's not. And that's been obvious for quite a while now. He's not the same player. He's still a very, very, very good player, but he's not the player he was. And therefore, I think people think he's going to pick the ball up and skip past 10 players and put it in the top corner, which he used to be able to do. He's had to adapt his game, and I think he's had a good tournament. I think he's a more mature player. He's a more team player now. Not that he wasn't a team player before, but you know, he has to give it and go more. He has to pass it more, when he used to just be, you know, he could get it and run. I have a feeling Messi's going to do a Harry Kane and miss his second penalty. I hope not, but it has that feel, says Brad Lewis. Well, it's going to be 0-0 at half. There's not going to be a goal here in the first half of extra time, which puts us 15 minutes closer to a penalty shootout. Messi, good ball. Wanted it back. This is it! Oh, what a block! Oh, what a block. And a block again by Varane. First block, I think, was Upamecano. Second block was Varane. But that was it for Argentina. Lovely play, Messi. So, oh, yeah, it's brilliant by Upamecano. And then Varane just puts his head on the second one. But that was Argentina's best chance. That was their best chance of extra time. And it was good defending. Who's been the better team, says Morgan? Well, Argentina were the better team for 75 minutes by a very, very long way. Then France were the better team for 15 minutes. And I think now it's become quite equal again. You can't take your eyes off it, that's for sure. Corner to Argentina. It's a good corner. And then nobody attacks it. 1 minute added on here, and then we're going to second half of extra time. That's a nice little ball in behind for Lautaro Martinez. Just wide. I don't know whether he was onside. It's been 2 hours since Argentina last scored, says Thomas Armstrong. Probably has, you know. No, it's not quite. It was 36 minutes past 3. That's it, half time of extra time. And it remains 2-2. Argentina with the best chance of the half, to be fair. Stretch time. Dun, 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 dun. God, I lost it in my rolls then. There's an X-Wing. Oh no, we're under attack from 2 TIE fighters. Not anymore. It will go to penalties, says Mustafa. Should have been 3-2 up, 1 touch and it was a goal, says Luke. Yeah, Varane has been in 16 finals for club and country and won 14. Is this number 15? Says Simon. Yeah. And wasn't there something about in the one final that Varane's lost, the referee was Polish though? I'm sure somebody said something like that. And the referee is Polish today. I think if it goes to penalties, then Argentina will win. I think Martinez looks the more confident goalkeeper at penalties for me. Can we never ever sign Lautaro Martinez? He's horrid, says Brad Lewis. And Deschamps is angry, says Janos. If I was Deschamps, I would be telling them to have more of a go because there is an opportunity there to have more of a go. Anyway, I need some more energy myself. Give me some Sneak. It's been a long stream. It's been a long game for them. Lovely. Look, be interesting to see what happens. Mark, major props to you and the entire That's Football team this World Cup. For all the watch-alongs, Merry Christmas to you and your family, says Ryan. Thank you very much for that lovely super chat. Really appreciate it. Can only say big things about this community. We've done every single watch-along together. I doubt all of you have watched every single one, but this is Drake's Curse, so sleep tight. But we've got a fantastic community here on That's Football. Our next watch-along is going to be Club Football's back. Bring it in. Liverpool against Man City on Thursday in the Carabao Cup, so make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Second half of Extra Time is actually up and running, and they caught me on the hop there, so let me just get ready. Oh, I've got the hiccups now. I'm going to tell you how to get rid of the hiccups live on air. So I've got the hiccups at the moment, yeah? Hate it. Yeah, definitely got them live on air. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these hiccups live on air. Some people struggle with getting rid of hiccups, right? Watch what I'm going to do. Gone. They are gone. How did I do that? Your hiccup will come every sort of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. When you're approaching the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds, just swallow. Keep swallowing. That's what she said. Just keep swallowing at the time that your body's ready to hiccup again and it'll get rid of it. Simple as that. I'll have another one of those tomorrow. Hold your breath doesn't work for me, but you can try it, yeah. Can I just say as well, thanks very much to Sneak. I was just drinking my cherry bomb. I've hardly got any left now. Got a couple of sips left for extra time for penalties if it goes there. But Sneak energy drinks, links in the description. Please use the code SneakBridge. It helps the channel. Delivered to your door. Next day delivery in the UK. You could get yours for Christmas. Loads of flavours. You can get a starter pack that they do where you get 9 different sachets to try because they've got loads of flavours. You can get 9 different sachets and then try them all out. And then when the one you like, get yourself 40 serving tubs like that. Lovely flavours. That's breakfast orange, which is really nice. But my favourite flavours are cherry bomb, which I've been drinking today. Blue raspberry, purple storm, Tropicilla. Some lovely stuff. Check it out. Sugar-free, low-calorie. Argentina are pushing here. Larice palms another one away. And Messi was with the shot. Good shot by Messi as well. I mean, keeper's never going to get beat, but you got to be careful. Danny says, my uncle's hiccup method never failed me. Fully inhale all the way, then inhale one more last time bit. Hold and squeeze down. When you feel your diaphragm settle after a few seconds, you're good. Sounds complicated. Don't really know how to do that, but if it works for you, it works for you. We've had some great conversations over the World Cup, but I think my favourite conversation that we've had on the watch-alongs would have to be the debate about brushing your teeth with warm water or cold. I stand by my sink that warm water brushing your teeth is the way to go. but some people think it's weird. Argentina are playing the best here. This could be it. Great save, Lloris. And it's a goal for Messi! Lionel Messi has scored. It's 3-2. And it's given. It's given. And they have scored here. They have scored. He's given the goal. There's no way it's not. And Lionel Messi has followed in what I think was Lautaro Martinez's shot. And it's a goal for Argentina. They've been the better team just before half-time. And now they've been the better team afterwards. They've gone for it. They've gone for it here, France, for Argentina. And France, look, shell-shocked. What happens here? Well, Messi was offside in the first play, but he wasn't offside in the second play, and he's not offside there. Great save by Lloris, but he can't save the next one because Messi's just there to tap it home. 3-2. Great save by Lloris from Lautaro Martinez, but Messi's not going to finish, not going to miss an open goal. And we've got the goal in extra time, 3-2. 10 minutes to go. Can't believe people were saying it's not over the line. It's fucking miles over the line. That does not need to be reviewed. The crowd erupts. '98th goal for Argentina. 7 goals in the tournament. Levels him up with Messi. There's no offside review. No, it was clearly on. Messi goated, says Max. Di Maria's crying again now. Why do they have to keep showing Di Maria? I'm like, I feel happy for Messi, and then they cut to Di Maria, and it makes me go, I want France to win. Like, Clayton says Messi winning is what I wanted. I'm happy for Messi winning, but they keep showing me fucking Di Maria, and that makes me angry. It's a good goal by Argentina, though. Some of their link-up players have been very good. They've created the better chances. They've been the better team. If France get back into it, fair play, but they have been the better side. It's not over yet, though. It's not over yet. There's still 10 minutes. Same pattern as 86, except not extra time, says Kenneth. I can't update the scoreboard. I don't know why it's not upset. I don't know why it's not updated. Let me refresh it. It's all done automatic. So I don't know why it's not done that. No, it's not updated. It's weird. It's all done. It's all done on. I'll drop a message. What's wrong with Varane? Varane's coming off. Konate's coming on. It's probably just exhaustion. He's been ill with the flu, hasn't he? On not the flu. He's been ill on Friday. I don't think he's injured. I think it's just exhaustion. He was isolating on Friday with whatever virus they've got going around for France, and then he's just played an hour and 20 minutes of football. I don't see a way back for France in this one, but they're trying to keep the ball down in the corner, Argentina. Here's Camavinga. Oh, referee! Referee! Absolutely clatters Camavinga here. Now, I don't know whether it's a red card, but it looked bad. Probably give a yellow. He's going to give a yellow. He's got a yellow out. Paradis, isn't it? Yeah. It looked bad, but it might not have been as bad as it was. Still 5 minutes to go. Jack would love a penalty shootout. I don't think it plays into France's hands now because Argentina can play deep. France were more of a threat at 2-2 to catch them on the break. I don't think it plays into France's hands now, having to play against the deep line with all the quick players that they've got. Corner for France. Can't change the score. I don't know why it's doing it. It's 3-2. 3-2 to France, to Argentina, but it won't update, and I don't manually do it. McAllister's coming off. Can't change the score, Roma dudes. I've said it 3 times. I can't change it. It's all done automatic, so I can't change it because it's done on it's on a cloud. I don't control any of that, so can't change it. It's done by somebody that we pay to do it. So in the World Cup final, they've let us down. Not much I can do. But it's 3-2 to Argentina with 5 minutes to go. Corner comes in from France. Edge of the box. Mbappe. Ooh! Penalty! He's given it! Penalty! Handball! Oh my God, this game's got the lot. It's got the absolute lot. And it's a penalty. What have they done, Argentina, again? Do not believe it. You wouldn't believe it. If you want Argentina to win, you must be, how do we beat this lot? How do we beat them? I mean, it should never be a penalty. Should never be a penalty. Mbappe's on the edge of the box. He shoots. He's turned. He's put his arm up and it's hit him there. Argentina must be, how have we not won this game so far? Well, they still can. Martinez can save the penalty. Don't turn your back. Well, is he going to do a Harry Kane? Scoring the first one's all right. Can he score the second one? Do you go the same way? Mbappe, to me, strikes me as a player that doesn't give a shit. Might have to take 3 penalties, Kylian Mbappe here. If he scores this one's probably going to go to penalties. Go down the middle, says Osman. Oh, he scores 3-3. He's back. He's got a hat-trick in a World Cup final. And he's back as the top goal scorer as well with 8. 8 goals in a World Cup. Messi scored 7. 7 goals in a World Cup and you're not Golden Boot winner. 8 goals for Kylian Mbappe. A hat-trick in the World Cup final. Argentina must be mentally... How? We've given 2 penalties. And that, you know what? I'm now actually going to start saying that Argentina should have won this game. That penalty there is for nothing. I mean, it is a penalty. I'm not saying the referee's got it wrong. But you'd be fuming. Like that Kylian Mbappe shot's not going in and you've turned your back and put your arm up. What are you doing? 3-3. 3-3. Can Mbappe teach Kane how to take penalties, says Daryl. Well, we might get a winner here. 2 minutes to go. There's a reverse pass for Messi. Argentina is still on the attack. France need to get some players back. Acuna with the cross. Corner. It's gone from being the worst final in history to the best final in history, hasn't it? We've got 3-3 in extra time. And we're probably going to get a penalty shootout. Di Maria's got more... Yeah. He needs to be sponsored by Kleenex. He's crying so much. Mbappe versus Argentina, says Bozo. I can't believe Argentina haven't won this game. I mean, really, I just can't. Messi with the corner. Oh, it's in the box. And they've cleared it. What a final, says Richard. Well, France are coming again here. Now Mbappe. We're into the last minute. Oh! Oh! Bloody hell. The cross came in. Mbappe's put a lovely cross in. I don't think he can quite believe that the... Oh, he's missed it. He's aired it. Moana. Oh, he's put it right on his head. 3 minutes. Still 3 minutes. I'm going to do a poll because it'll be relevant whether it happens or not. Who you want to win. Get your votes in. France or Argentina? Who do you want to win? This is crazy. Loving the footy today, says Tumbleweed. Well, he's put Disassi on. Probably going to take a penalty, isn't he? So Mbappe will probably... Mbappe's going to have to take 3 penalties in this game. Dybala's come on. Penalty taker as well. I fancy Argentina on penalties. I think they've got more experience. Geordie says Argentina deserve it. I can't believe that France came back into it twice. Well, 3 times if you count 3 goals, but I think at 2-0 they're dead and buried, and I also thought at 3-2 they were dead and buried, and then they get a penalty for nothing. Well, not for nothing, but you know, out of nothing. Closer 16 goals seems in threat. Mbappe 12 goals, says Sohan. Best final I've seen, says Darren. One minute to go, and then we've got penalties, but there's a chance. Oh! There's an offside. Fucking hell. My God. He was offside as well. I thought Lautaro Martinez was in for a moment and he was offside. We've got 30, 40 seconds here. Messi's only job now is to score. Oh no! What a save! What a save by Emi Martinez. France were through 1-on-1. Hearts in mouths. And he makes a save, and now it's Argentina up the other end. Messi with the pass. The cross is good. Dybala! Ah, wasn't Dybala, it was Lautaro Martinez. Wow, they've both just had two big chances at the end. France one-on-one, and then Martinez with the shittest header you'll ever see. What a save by Martinez. What a save by Martinez that is. Massive chance. What a save. And he's going to be the final. He's going to be the goalkeeper now for the penalties. That is massive. That is a massive, massive save. Penalty shootout it is. I will say right here, right now, I do not agree with this. But everybody knows about it. Everyone knows that's what's going to happen. Everyone knows that it will go to penalty shootout after 120 minutes. Penalties to win the final. Penalties to win the final of the World Cup. I mean, it shouldn't happen. It's happened before. But what other rule is there? What other way is there of doing it? It is what it is. We all know that. And effectively, I think it's a horrible, horrible way to win a World Cup. But it's been done before. It's happened before. And as I said, it's not just the last month of a tournament coming down to a penalty shootout. It's the last, all the qualifications as well. And it's a shame because I think actually that's one of the best extra times I've ever seen. We got 2 goals, and then France should have scored. Then Martinez could have scored. I think both France and Argentina deserve a lot of credit. Crossbar challenges tumbleweed. I think France and Argentina deserve a lot of credit because they were trying to win that game in extra time. And they were probably an advocate for actually just playing on till somebody wins. But obviously that's not the rules, is it? So there we go. What an exhilarating final. Lived up to the billing, says Stev. Thank you very much for the super chats, by the way. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. And big shout out to Sneak, who sponsored it for us. I think I've got 1 sip left. Sneak energy drinks, low calorie, sugar free. Get them delivered to your door. Scan the QR code or go through the link in the description. Please use the code SneakBridge. They do starter packs where you can get 9 different flavours to try. Or you can go straight for your 40 serving tubs, or they've got your fizzy drinks as well. I've needed it today. God knows what the players need. I fancy Argentina on penalties. I think Martinez has been an amazing goalkeeper this tournament. And I just feel that Martinez is a better keeper at penalties than Lloris. And I think that it comes down to that. Martinez looks the harder goalkeeper. French fries, French kiss, democracy and stopping Messi fanboys from winning the World Cup. My God, the French are a blessing, says Quan. It's not done yet, mate. It's far from done yet. What did I miss, says Sebastian. You missed a big game, mate. You missed a very big game, but you've tuned in for the best bit. I'm Zlatan, I don't do super chats, says 09. Mbappe's won the Golden Boot. Yes, I tipped Messi to win the Golden Boot, but I don't think Messi I don't think Messi will care about the Golden Boot as long as he wins the World Cup. All Messi's got to do is score, and then he's done his job. Score the goal, and then hope everyone else does their bit. But huge pressure on a lot of people here. For the goalkeepers, you can only be the winner. Career's on the line, says Anakin. I wouldn't say that, but you know, the drama, the pressure. I guess you've just got to walk up and make your mind up, haven't you? You can't change your mind. I mean, Mbappe's made. I mean, how many more penalties can Mbappe score? Both of them have been fantastic. Both of them have been in the same corner. Do you go the same corner again? Or does the keeper think he won't go the same corner again, so I'm going to go the other way? The mind games, it's really difficult. With every penalty you take, it's more difficult. And here is Mbappe, and he scores it in the same direction again. 3 penalties in the same place. Unbelievable player. And it's the technique. He's gone a little bit higher. And again, Martinez gets his hand on it, but he can't keep it out because it's such a good penalty. That's mind. That's not changing your mind. That's going, I know how to hit a penalty and I'm going to hit it. And if he saves it, fair fucking play. But I know how to hit it. Messi. I'm not going to jinx a thing. I'm not going to say a word. But I think I know what's going to happen here. Because he's a goat of the game. And it's the world stage. And nothing is going to faze him. Here he comes. And as expected, he does it. He passes it in as well. He passes it in. And Lloris even readjusts his feet to go that way. But he's moved a little bit too much. It's a lovely penalty by Messi as well. Placement penalty. Slow penalty. Confident penalty. 1-1. Messi and Mbappe do their job. Now it comes down to the mere mortals. And this is where I think Martinez can step it up, because he ain't going to have to do it against Mbappe. He's up against Coman. Kingsley Coman against Martinez. And I think this is where Martinez is going to start working his magic. And he has. And he saves it. Told you. This goalkeeper is the real deal. And he's made the save. And I just think the pressure is now all over for France. I do wonder whether he's off his line there. We never get to see that. Big step forward, but we couldn't tell when the ball had been kicked. Right, Dybala pretty much brought on to take a penalty. And scores it straight down the middle. Lloris just doesn't fill me with confidence on penalties. I called this in 90 minutes. I said if this goes to penalties, I think Argentina will win it because Martinez is such a good goalkeeper. And Lloris just doesn't cut it for me. Tchouaméni, probably one of France's best players. Got to score it. Penalty shootouts haven't been that good in this tournament, have they, as well? Somebody always bottles it and someone does well. Here's Tchouaméni. Doesn't look particularly confident. And he's missed it. They've bottled it. Inexperience. They've bottled this. Absolutely got into their heads. Martinez is loving it. They bottled it. And again, every penalty shootout we've had in this tournament, it's not been close. They've been There's been one team that's been way better than the other. And Argentina have been brilliant at penalties. And I think if this goes in, it's basically over. Here we go. It's Paredes. And he scored it. Lloris is shit at penalties, isn't he? How bad is Lloris at penalties? Absolutely terrible. I literally think Martinez would have saved all three. They're not. The last two penalties for Argentina haven't even been that good. Messi's going to win the World Cup. Yes. Argentina know it. I mean, I don't think Lloris could save a penalty from me. I wouldn't worry about it, lad. This French lad, I wouldn't worry about it. Straight down the middle. Moani. Argentina need to miss two. Could Martinez be a future Man United goalkeeper, says Kevin back? I mean, personally, I think Martinez is better than most goalkeepers in the Prem. I mean, I'm surprised Arsenal didn't give him a chance. He's just made a world-class one-on-one save at the end of extra time. And then he's won it on penalties. I mean, you could argue that he's man of the match. This to win the World Cup for Argentina. Just blast it. And he does! Montiel wins the World Cup for Argentina. Didn't really react like I thought he would, but they've done it. He's crying now. He's crying now. And Argentina have won the World Cup. And Lionel Messi will go down as a World Cup winner. His legacy as one of the world's greatest ever players was never in doubt, but he will now go down as a World Cup winner on his Wikipedia page and his shelf at home. Lionel Messi, World Cup winner. Read it back. And I think that was the thing that we all, football fans, had in our heads going into this game, was it's that thing that we can take away from this tournament, that in 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years' time, when people talk about Lionel Messi, you'll also have a World Cup attached to him as well. It's different for Ronaldo because Portugal have never won a World Cup. But for Argentina, you think of Maradona, a World Cup, and the comparisons with Messi, it always felt like he had to win that World Cup, and he's done it. He's got that World Cup on his CV now. Look, I think Argentina deserve that. They were the better team. I don't know how France came back like they did, and they did well to come back like they did, but the right team won the World Cup, and it's never nice on penalties, but I think the reason Argentina deserved to win it for me is because the team, they won it as a team. Like, their goalkeeper stepped up when he had to, their defence stepped up when they had to, their midfield stepped up when they had to, their striker stepped up when they had to. And I think we saw with France on penalties that the belief just wasn't there. It was too individualistic from France today. You take Mbappe out of that game and they would have been done and dusted along. They wouldn't have made 90 minutes, would they? So the better team won the final. All right, it's been on penalties, but I don't think it's one of those penalty shootouts where people will go, oh, it's a horrible way to lose. I think the right team won it at the end. That's what I would say. Thank you, Mark, says Xander. Well, look, it's been an absolute pleasure to do these World Cup watch-alongs with you over the last few weeks. Big shout out to Sneak for sponsoring the stream, by the way. Sugar-free, low-calorie energy drinks. You can get them delivered to your door. Scan the QR code. Please use the code SneakBridge. Loads of flavours. But Yeah, it's been a weird World Cup. I can't wait to get the Premier League back and the Carabao Cup football back. But the one thing that's good about this World Cup is that Lionel Messi wins a World Cup, and I think that is something that anybody who's a fan of football won't really have an issue with. With regards to the Golden Boot, it goes to Kylian Mbappe with 8 goals and a hat-trick in the World Cup final. But, I mean, Argentina are the better team. Mbappe carries France. I would still think that there's got to be a... And I tell you what, it's nice for Zidane, because if he'd been taken over from Deschamps winning 2 World Cups, it's a very, very hard job to take on, isn't it? But now with Zidane, it's something very, very different, isn't it? And I also think that that penalty shootout was always going to be won by Argentina, because Martinez is a personality that makes that goal very, very small. And unfortunately, Lloris, for all his positive things, it just doesn't fill me with confidence on penalties. I think he should have saved 2 of those. Does this end the debate of Messi versus Ronaldo to slow sports? Well, this doesn't end any debate if you're debating it. It's not for me to say it ends the debate, or anybody else to say it. No debate is ended if people are talking about it. Anyway, look, thanks everyone for watching. I'm on the United Stand at 8 o'clock. Enjoy the GOAT of this World Cup, Lionel Messi lifting the World Cup. That's all going to be coming up for you now. Take care, everyone. And we're back on Thursday night with a watch-along for Liverpool against Man City in the Carabao Cup. Take care, everyone. I'm on the United Stand at 8 o'clock. And thank you for all your support and chats and community over the World Cup. And I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching.